Hello. I don't have anything to talk about. But what about you, Kate?
Just as I took a bite of my frickin' pizza.
That's life.
Street smarts. If you want to support the Fonkey Casuals, you can check out the official, unofficial merch created by Sir Arthur Wordweave, on my Redbubble. You can check it out at redbubble.com/krtheatershop. You can get it on t-shirts, you can get it on buttons, you can get it on clocks, you can get it on art prints, you can get it, I'm trying to think of things that I haven't said before. You can get it on backpacks, you can get it on duffel bags, you can get it on sweatpants and socks. Just about any apparel that you can put on your body, you can get that design on, as well as the many others that are available on my Redbubble. So go check it out.
Do it.
Or else.
Wait, I didn't have enough time for you to vamp and read through your recap?
No.
No? Hey, Caleb, you want to help me vamp more so Justin can prep?
Oh, I'm there. We're good.
Oh, you're ready?
Absolutely, anytime, but just in case.
So,
I know Caleb's got my back. Always.
last we left off, you all appeared in the city of Halasar, and with Flitz's guidance found the local ferry and took it to the Jungle of Lost Primals, the sailing vessel, not the flying creature. From there, you would take the road towards the crater you intended to explore. Flitz explained that anyone who had died and brought back by magic were kind of transitioning back into the method of their death before they were resurrected, with Flitz explaining that he wakes every morning choking up seawater because he drowned. And that all seemed to stem after the Everlasting Harbor was burned down. During the ferry ride, the party bought pickled onions, or at least Doe bought pickled onions, and eventually you all disembarked and rode the wagon pulled by Cornelius through the jungle, encountering these carnivorous butterflies and eventually a larger butterfly that swooped down and picked up the corpse of a hippopotamus and flew off with it, much to the fear of Flitz, who does not like butterflies anymore. Eventually, you all arrived in the kind of sheltered village of Rodfay's God, and in there, all the people were like hiding. Or, no, that's not right. Beforehand, Grin caught a big old carp, and then you got there. And the meal of the carp was shared and given, and it was yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, great. Well, Jesus. Internet issues all week, and I can't fix them. Yeah, Grin caught a carp on the way to where you were going, and
Oh, big carp, yeah.
it was cooked off in a sort of inn with a little man, a turtle innkeeper named Augustine, who was very difficult to understand, but said that the kitchen and all of its needs or its services were available to you all. A meal was prepared of deep-fried catfish and an assortment of side dishes, and it was probably the best food the party have had in a long time. You had a fish-filled breakfast, and eventually continuing on your way, passing through the wasteland devastated by the shockwave of the destruction of the City of Embers. And wandering in this wasteland were tall, bald humanoids with gray skin that were like wailing, sobbing, and occasionally mimicking people. They seemed to be moving away from the crater. Grin was on edge, suggesting they fight them. Hopper decided, I think somebody decided to feed one of them. I think it was Hopper. And the individual had a long, gross, slender arm stretch out of its mouth and grab the piece of fish and pull it back into its stomach mouth, say thank you, and then wander off. And the individual looked familiar, probably one of the people that was a native of the City of Embers. Eventually, you all approached the edge of the crater and saw it kind of filled with weird magical lights and effects. And when you all entered the crater, you seemed to have a movement speed tied to your life force. And people got fast. You got to the bottom of the crater, entered into what looked like this underground cavern where a corpse was that had like darkness emanating from it. And after sneaking through this area, Avoiding a giant spider made of rocks, you all eventually discovered the entrance to the city of Elcomir, this ruined sort of city you were all trying to find to plant the tree you now have in your possession. And Antyr was investigating two of these tall, 12-foot tall elves, the Elcomirians, that they found kind of in like a stasis. And they would bleed, but then the blood would stop bleeding and the wound would close after a few seconds, like they'd never been hurt in the first place. Eventually, you all discovered a tunnel. Hopper crawled through, and the rope wrapped around Hopper's waist seemed to age hundreds of years. People theorized that Hopper had most likely just died. But everyone decided to crawl into the tunnel after anyway. And having reunited with everybody, Grin reinforced that this tunnel might be a one-way trip. You all exited the tunnel into what appeared to be a sort of crypt for a prince, and it was immaculate. The flowers were still growing. There was no dust. Like, this catacomb was just sealed. And the catacomb was open, but someone in the party warned not to touch or disturb it, just in case. And after opening up the door to the crypt, you saw this flying city that you are now standing in, intact aside from this conflict between the gods raging through the city and weird, shadowy, cloaked people running around. Elcomirians, so 12-foot tall people running around wearing like raven-like masks, very similar to the one on Torger's hip. And that's where we're going to pick up, is you all open this door and basically see... Oh, and yeah, this floating orb that you're with theorized that you somehow entered the War of Ascension thousands of years ago. Went back in time. So, you open the crypt door. A war between the gods rages. 12-foot tall elves, pale and slender, rush through the city in a panic, falling to the onslaught of demons, devils, angels, and other factions fighting for their gods in this calamitous conflict. The city is grand and towering, with structures resembling cathedrals crafted from pale gray stone. So a lot of the buildings just look like cathedrals, but like various... I don't know how the best way to describe their architecture. Gothic, probably. The city appears to be flying through the clouds, and you occasionally catch a glimpse of a many-headed dragon scorching parts of the city as it flies by through the clouds. You see that one entity draped in a cloak of shadowy feathers, wearing a raven mask, is escorting the individuals that have the same mask as Torger on his waist, escorting them through like regions of the city. Just then, the street they fled from is devastated as the Lord of the Hells is knocked over, destroying 2 whole city blocks, while devils converge on his position to fight off a collection of angels just raining down from the sky. You're still tucked in the crypt, peering out through the door, and anyone who's kind of peeking outside, you see this like slight shimmer in the air, and everything beyond the crypt kind of freezes in place, and stops moving before it fast forwards at a high speed, like someone is playing with a VCR and it's just hitting fast forward. The city and everything within it returns to a ruined, destroyed state, with no gods or combatants in sight. And then the shimmer seems to then disperse across the whole city, and the crypt you're standing in takes on a more destructed state. The coffin is smashed to pieces, the corpse is scattered about the room. In addition, there's an Elcomirian in here now, garbed in a hooded cloak and wearing a mask similar to Torger's. They're crushed by debris and holding what looks like a very crude, basic hand-drawn map. And Detect Magic would still be up for Hopper, and you would detect that strange kind of school of magic that you couldn't place in the schools of magic that are known, and it's emanating directly around you and from everyone in this current crypt. So it's emanating in the air and from you and your companions. And that's where we are. The city seemed to like fast forward that scene of the war and return the city back to like a destructed kind of ruined state, and now there's a body of one of these elves kind of crushed against a wall from like ceiling debris, and they're wearing a mask very similar to the one that Torger has. And that's where we are.
Hopper's still focused on the specs of this magic.
Yeah.
And I think, because my first thought is, okay, we're seeing some sort of mixture of, like, chronomancy and abjuration. Possibly they were split or joined together for this purpose of showing us
Okay.
what might have happened. That's kind of what's going through Hopper's brain at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe some illusion in there as well, but not sure. And then seeing the body, I want to try to investigate it, see if it's the source.
It doesn't seem like it, but yeah, it's wearing again the very same mask that Torger has strapped to their waist, just for description alone. It's in the art, and then in their hand is this crude hand-drawn map.
Hey, Torger, come over here. Is this not the same mask that you have?
Yeah, I scooped it.
What is the significance of the mask, if I may ask?
I scooped it. Yeah, I woke up, and like everyone else, I punched a guy, and then grabs a mask and runs out.
So you do not know what the mask means?
It's got 2 bird heads.
I'm gonna look at this giant elf's map that he's holding.
Okay. It just shows it just seems to show a map of the city. But it's not like a detailed map of the city. It's just like a rough, like someone drew the rough like outline of the city and then labeled just areas on the map. And this is it. It just says El Camir ward map, and it shows the 5 wards, and that's about it.
Vonkar, you are better with maps. Based on what we saw up there, could you figure out where we are on here?
Is he proficient in? He is proficient. Yeah, give me a second. Looks at them, starts looking at the map, poring it over. Peeks his head out of the crypt. Looks back at the map. We'll just do. Yeah.
Bless you.
Looks at it. Seems to like narrow the focus, and then no, I got no idea, and hands it back.
Oh no.
Oh. Merit.
3 plus
Oh no.
4. Well, actually, 3 plus 6, so 9.
But still, no.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we're not doing anything here.
Start looking for a plot.
If you guys want a mask that'll make birds come around, you could always take one of these.
Do you think
Yeah,
it
I'm
would
not.
help?
Let's see what goes on. He's gonna like lift the mask off this guy's face.
Yeah, it's just
See what's
it's just one
skeleton.
of the. No, it's just like flesh, gray, pale gray flesh, elvish. Like one of those. It's one of the tall, like 12-foot tall elves. They're just dead. Recently slain, it looks like, but everything is kind of weird right now down here.
Yeah, is I imagine the helmet's pretty big.
Oh, not a helmet. It's just
Since
like a
they're-
mask
they're-
that just goes over the face.
Right, but the mask then would need to be pretty big because their heads are huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not fitting on Grin.
No,
Does this
probably not.
elf look similar to the ones that we came across getting to here?
Yeah, they're an Alchemirian, so they look like the ones that were standing outside.
I mean, like their current status, like.
No, this one's dead.
Okay, the others were more stone-like.
No, they're all like they've all been flesh.
Okay.
They were just frozen.
Okay, those were frozen in.
You said this one was killed by debris falling on them?
Yeah, it looks like the ceiling collapsed.
Okay.
And this is the crypt that was once pristine, and then a couple seconds later, it turns into this. Yeah.
Can I look through this corpse to see if there's any like journal or letters that he might have left behind?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, first roll of the night. Okay. About as good as Vonkar, 9.
No, just the map and the mask.
There's all this dust in my eye.
Well, suppose we'll just start walking around.
Oh, I
Figure
forgot to
out what's
also
going on.
to read. Yeah, beyond this crypt is a cemetery. So you're definitely just in a large cemetery.
Did someone take the mask? Sorry.
Yeah, Grin has the mask.
Grin has
Great. had
It's just
okay.
huge. To
Nah,
fit like a
he
big
can't
old
wear
head.
it. You see it. You see, it's just like this big unwieldy thing that he's carrying around.
Like a kite on a windy day, like one of those cool
Wee.
people. Has like the two handers. It's just too big.
It's true.
Chrono Recall
It's
is
pretty
really
big.
good for brief glimpses. Unfortunately.
I did say the corpse that does appear recently slain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I completely missed that.
Also, this
Yeah,
is the mask.
Recently slain.
I think the birds are doing this.
Yeah.
I can't do it with my hands. I'm really bad at that.
What's up, Antyr? You're giving this thing the eyeball.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna grab the mask.
Okay.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, take it.
Going to begin casting. I almost said ritually casting, but it's not a ritual. I'm gonna cast Chrono Recall.
Okay.
Takes 10 minutes.
Yep.
Give me a moment.
Anybody doing anything else for these 10 minutes?
I guess I'll re-up detect magic
Okay.
ritually.
Oh. Ow.
Alright. Professor Orkier is just kind of like floating around looking at stuff. Flitz,
Okay.
who is also here, is just waiting.
Waiting for death. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
Oh, bros.
Antyr. As you cast Chrono Recall on this mask, you're shunted back only a few hours, is what it feels like. And you see this individual, actually you're from your perspective. You're running through a city street as similar looking elves like this are floating around and throwing spells that will look like the gods. This one in particular is running through a cemetery and shouting a language you don't recognize, and they're being chased by something, but they're not looking back. But from the impact tremors of the thing chasing it, you can tell it's something huge. There is a brief glimpse of them turning around to look back at what's chasing them, and you catch the briefest glimpse of this. Godzilla-sized, jet black, craggy looking worm. It looks like it's made of bedrock and just earth. And it opens up its mouth, and it has like 8 or so inner jaws that are like spinning lamprey-like teeth. that kind of spin around like a power saw almost, and it's just grinding up the terrain with that power saw like mouth as it's chasing this individual, leaving huge like bore marks through the ground, and you hear this Alchemirian again say something in a language you don't recognize, and they throw open the crypt and they slam the door shut, and the burrowing seems to stop for a second, and they seem to relax for a moment, catching their breath, just as you can hear something, that burrowing again, and they look up just as the ceiling collapses and that worm bursts through the ceiling, and that's when it ends.
Okay. That's not good. Right. So there's some... Antyr will describe the entity.
Okay.
Does this sound familiar to anyone? Vonkar, you're old.
No.
Right. Jet
Is
black
it-
worm.
Is it possible I might have heard like?
Oh wait.
like,
Is anyone proficient
like
in?
evolved.
Is anyone proficient in religion?
No.
No. No.
Okay.
Is there any like fleeting memory of a myth from the Feywild?
No, not about
that
this.
This might
No.
have. No. Okay.
All right. Well, Antyr.
Actually, I had to look at my Pantheon list again. Yeah, anyone who wants to try to recall who this is can make either a religion or history check. You don't need to be proficient.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if they were one of the known ones or not.
I got +0.
Oh wow. Okay. 27.
I'll do a religion.
I did a history.
13.
Okay. What'd you get, Kayla? I think you're muted.
I was muted. 8.
8. Okay. Antyr. You think you saw the Shadow Worm. They are the god of night and murder, venerated by individuals who find a draw to nightly activities of the unsavory, bloodthirsty sort. Whenever murder is spilled in his name, it is said that anywhere within 5 miles of that murder will see a rainfall of blood. And it just looks like that's the Shadow Worm, the god of murder, that you saw. A colossal mountain-sized worm with a large gaping mouth of a lamprey, and thousands of human hands growing out of his body, bent in positions meant to mock prayer. And that's what you saw chasing this Alchemirian.
Terrifying.
So yeah, a bunch of hands just like sticking out, mocking prayer. Like, just gnarly.
Right. Okay. Telling the others for that. So.
Oh boy, that sounds scary.
Definitely not good.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe just be cautious. Just be aware of your surroundings. If you feel a tremble on the ground, run. It doesn't really help, but it'll probably make you feel a little better.
Yeah, well, worms can't fly, so I'll just, good luck, guys.
So kind of you, Grin.
If we see any rainstorms that have bloody-looking rainstorms, then we know that they are close. Potentially. Or their followers are close. I really hope we don't run into any of these. Antyr's gonna send 30 feet up, have her Garrett fly, and then fly up.
Like out of the crypt into the cemetery and kind of just do like a scout.
Yeah.
Alright, and then are you looking through their eyes, I take it?
yeah, they're gonna bam through their eyes. The hand's gonna fall and grab onto Torger's shoulder.
Okay. You see, yeah, cemetery. It's thousands of graves, tombs, mausoleums scattered and heavily damaged from a recent conflict. Fires still burn, and the bodies of many Alchemirians, Celestials, Mind Flayers, and demons are strewn across the area. And just a large amount of trees have been uprooted and destroyed. And during the scouting, you can see what looks like what appears to be have been the marks of a spell that had burned into the stone just outside the crypt you're standing in. And it's a 30-foot radius like glyph that's been burned into the ground.
Can I read any of the runes from
It's
here?
it's
for
just
regrets?
there's no like language-based
Oh,
runes.
okay,
It's just
okay,
like
okay,
a
okay.
sigil that somebody like painted and
Got it.
it burned into the stone.
If looking beyond like the grave, does it look like we're in trying to position ourselves here in Elkamir? Does it look like there's more to the city?
Yeah,
or does
you
it look
see
like
the
we're in
you
a...
can see the entire like where you are. The man, my brain is struggling tonight for some reason. You're standing on like a hill, kind of in the cemetery. It's the crypt kind of overlooks everything else in the
Yeah.
cemetery, and you can see the entire city beyond. And if you pull out the map and look at the map,
Mhm.
it would kind of look like you're positioned in A4.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so Antyr will
Towards the if this map had a compass, southwest, the southwest furthest point of A4.
Got it. They're going to speak. They don't actually have to bamf back out. They'll just speak. They can't hear anybody or see anybody, but they'll say, kind of give a general direction and say that it appears that we're in the southwestern most ward, if we're using the map. There's lots of devastation. Bamf back in.
Okay.
We need to move. Where do we have the no, we wouldn't. That wouldn't help us. Shit. Where would be the best place to plant a tree be?
Well, there was
The darts.
Professor Orkir will say, well, there was the nursery that they grew the everlasting arbor in.
Where was that?
I believe it was in the centermost district.
Got it. So we need to make our way.
I'm not sure where. I just
to
think it would be most likely be in the centermost location.
Kermidas ward. I got a good view, so I can attempt to guide us. We just need to be careful. So
Okie dokie.
y'all are willing and ready to move, then I think I would advise that we'd get moving.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So be it.
I'm
Who's leading, or at least who wants to not lead, but who wants to?
I'll face check everything.
Okay.
Antyr will assist, so Antyr will be behind probably Grin, at the very least to provide whatever visual or kind of help Grin navigate a bit through to get through the cemetery and head off a bit further.
Okay.
It's gonna help assist Grin if possible.
Torger's gonna be right behind you and give you 3 flat tires before deciding to walk parallel to you guys. You're so slow at walking. It's 20 feet faster than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I go to the side about 10 feet and try and walk parallel to them while still taking something.
Okay. As you all step out of the crypt, yeah, you can see you're in just a ruined cemetery. Portions of it on fire, bodies everywhere. And I believe Yeah, I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw. Torger and Vonkar have advantage.
Is this a spell effect?
Boy.
Uh, in a way, it's a
Or a
magical.
magical
It's a
effect?
magical
Okay,
effect.
so I have advantage as well.
+5.
Ooh, not bad.
And then yeah, +5 from Grin.
Whoa, very nice. Praise the
That'll be
Paladin.
a 22 total for
25 for. I mean, Flitz has advantage anyway.
That's 25 when you plus the paladin 5.
Did anybody get a 16 or? Did anyone get a 15 or lower? It doesn't look like it.
Did anybody roll for dope?
I'm doing it right now.
Gosh, we rolled really fucking high.
They have +0 for wisdom, but +5 on that 15 makes it a 20, so
Ooh.
they succeed.
Clutch,
Cool.
Grin, clutch.
Okay, yeah, so you all step out into the crypt and you feel this. You can feel that this city, these ruins, are steeped with sorrow and regret. And yeah, there's just a bunch of open graves that have been like devastated in the conflict. There's bodies like blown out of the graves, and there's those deep like burrow marks or bore marks from the worm that Antyr saw in the spell that was chasing the individual, and they just tear up the rest of this cemetery, like cutting a huge path right through it. It's kind of like basically if like the Shai-Hulud sandworms from Dune just went, but much bigger.
Right through a city? Yeah.
Jeez.
Actually, those worms are big, so never mind. Yeah.
To like
Oh, bro.
navigate close to it. Does it look like it's coming from the center? Like
It looks
does
like it
look
came
the
from that direction,
trails?
yeah.
All right, let's
And
try
it's
to
about
like.
like 60 feet deep, the bottom of the borehole, or the bored
Cool.
trench, essentially, is like yeah, like a trench. It's like 60 feet deep, just
Minimum, at minimum, it's like 60 feet from like center point down.
yeah.
Goof.
And you can see like
Perfect.
little indentations in the side of the borehole where like the praying, like mocking religious hands were like pulling itself along and doing their thing.
Gross. If we were to like estimate, how long would we feel from now that we're beginning to move through the city and following this trail leading to the center? How long do we feel like it would take us to get into like the center of the ward, this next ward, the
Like-
Cormitas?
An hour?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll say after about when we get closer, just for reference, if we get about 30 minutes closer, so Antyr wants to do something.
Okay. And you said
About
you're-
45 minutes, sorry.
And you said you're all walking along the edge of this boar trail?
Not like you're walking on the edge of a creek or like a ditch.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like perfectly on it, so probably like a good 10, 15 feet away from it. Try to navigate. Antyr will try to guide them
Alright, as you're all kind of walking
with
along,
Grin.
you can hear what sounds like squeaking and squealing coming from inside the trench, like in kind of all along it. Just and then
Oh,
like a little pitter patter, and then more of those noises.
Can I investigate?
Just to listen, or are you gonna go like look in?
Yeah, I'll look in.
Alright, you gonna peek in. You join it so you don't get caught, or like by the thing if there's anything in there, to not get seen.
Yeah,
So-
I'd like to do it stealth.
check.
And I'm gonna hold a reaction to make myself invisible
Okay.
if I can, if you would allow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Cool. You kind of peek in, and kind of laying in the bottom of the trench are what look like larvae of these small, like, pale gray worms that are kind of like fat little grubs that are about 6 feet long each.
Boo.
And they've got circular lamprey-like mouths with like little spinning rows of saw-like teeth, and they're eyeless. They're completely blind, and they're just like slowly like moving along the bottom of this trench, just squeaking and squealing. And there's about 10 of them just.
Do we still have the telepathic bond going, or no?
No, I haven't re-upped that.
Grin will
Yeah.
think to other people and not hear a response and be like, oh, okay. And then be like, just look back at everyone and just be like,
All right. Moving quietly then. Even more
once
so.
he gets back to them and gets close, it's like, hey guys, there's a bunch of like little baby worms. They're like this big.
Taller than you, lot on the ground, or?
Yeah, like horse 6 feet long.
Oh,
So does that means we're in some kinds of nest?
Yeah, it looks like it. Like this thing, like that big worm ate all these dead bodies so that it could make babies.
oh.
I don't. I don't. I don't know how your stuff works. But I don't think foods turns into babies.
Huh?
Well, I mean,
As
we
a matter
did.
of fact, I've seen something that was making babies kind of like you, that had a bunch of holes and stuff that were coming out of it,
Yeah.
and I still don't think they
Yeah,
ate
I-
dead bodies.
I was born in a bar. I don't know.
Maybe. I think there's just a few more steps in between those two.
As you're all,
Start the campfire. Everyone gather around. Let me tell you a story.
as you're all talking, one of the worms kind of like potato bug rolls up the side of the trench, like, and like kind of lands on its back, struggles for a second, and you can see miniature little like desecrated hands on it, like praying hands. The thing kind of flops over and begins like inching itself along across the ground, just maybe like 10 feet away. It's like inching towards a tree slowly.
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
It reaches the
I'm gonna
tree and it begins to like inch up the tree
Like,
like
the cocoon itself.
I'm
Like a
gonna
big,
smack
weird-
it with the flat edge of.
it's 20 feet away,
Oh, I'm gonna throw a thing at. No, I'm kidding.
and it like begins
I'm
to
gonna.
like crawl up the tree.
If I could I like try to run up the tree and try to scoop it off with the blade?
It's 6 feet long.
Like
You're
oh,
tiny.
it's 6
It
feet
could
long.
Eat you,
It's
yeah, it could
huge.
eat you whole.
Where did I miss it? Was 6 feet long.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did it twice. I said it and Justin said it.
But it starts to like slowly inch its way up one of these like burning trees, and then it kind of like begins to like make mewling noises as it's like doing something in the tree. And that's all it's doing for right now.
Like, I don't know. Like, since render gods have babies,
More often than you think.
Okay, there's a difference in having babies and creating spawn. And this looks more like spawns, potentially, than babies.
I mean, they are, like babies, a little cuter than the adult one. Be honest. Look how tiny those hands are.
Grin, don't get distracted by the cuteness
And
of
then
a
you hear this
6 foot long
you
centipede.
hear this weird like retching noise from the tree where it is before it like suspends from one of the branches from like a mucusy looking web and just hangs there.
Mm-mm. No, we need to murder, kill it. That needs to die. That needs to die immediately.
And over a few
Alright,
seconds,
there's someone-
that mucus web begins to spread across its body and start to turn into a cocoon almost.
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at it.
Cool. I hope you're aware. You will alert all the other ones in the pit.
Justin, you.
Just saying.
Torger stands in front of it. Stands in front of Hopper.
I'm preparing to cast a spell.
It's like a pinata. We're all just queued up for their turn at the pinata.
It's a gross, beautiful facts of life.
Roger, I think that thing is going to get much bigger before it stops growing.
Hey guys, actually, I have a spell just for this. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna cast Magic Circle
Okay.
around us. So when and if we scare any up,
Does that have vocal components?
yes.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Nice.
But using your spellcasting modifier, because you're technically doing this through the methods of casting a spell verbally.
Guess what?
Okay.
the component right at the end is just like.
So you cast Magic Circle, and then you hear skittering, you hear chirping down from in the pit, as the other 12 or so begin to roll their way up the hill and start to inch towards the noise.
Just around here, guys.
What do we do?
Magic Circle's up.
Murder?
You're all standing in it.
And I'm just gonna attack the thing like a pinata.
I'm gonna try to freeze the.
You're still probably 20 feet away from the one hanging from the tree.
Oh, then I'll just use my bow.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hot spaghetti.
How high is it up in the tree?
It's hanging from one of the lower branches, so it's five. It's a
Lower
tiny
branch.
tree. It's
Okay.
5 feet off the
So
ground.
So it's just okay.
It's weighing the
It's just
tree down.
dangling
It's
there.
leaning.
Yeah, the tree is kind of partially leaning in the direction of this thing.
We're hoping nature.
Sure.
Oh, make sure we're on the right campaign. That could be.
Nature.
That's useful.
What
That's the last of my packed spells.
Oh no.
The light situation.
It would be. Strangely, looks like you're in the middle. The city's underground, but it looks like the sky that you saw the dragon flying through is also frozen. So you're technically, even though you're underground, you are under full daylight.
There's shadows. in
But there's
the
shadows
light
being
somewhere.
casted off trees and stuff and graves. So there's shadows everywhere because of the light and all the trees.
Luminescent in
Yeah.
a way. Okay.
How many did I say there were? 12?
You did say 12.
All right, guys, I'm excited.
I don't have a map for this because I didn't expect,
Larva murder.
I didn't expect little baby
it's-
monsters to be attacked. So.
Yes,
That's a roll
let's go.
Okay, I gotta add Flitz to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
Oh,
Flitz
boy.
dies, then that'll be a fun way for this to go.
Larva death. Death by grub.
Larval death.
They're fine.
I always punching these larvae.
One's hanging from a cocoon.
They're gonna turn into something and they're gonna come after us.
Yeah.
I just hope I go before them. I picked up
Yeah.
a new spell on the level up.
Yeah.
Or I swapped out a spell.
Alright. Okay. Vonkar. 19! It's the best he's done in a while for initiative.
Let's go Vonkar.
Go.
11
Oh, no.
for Drew.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm also 11.
Oh no.
We're gonna assume Torger goes first because Torger has the higher dex.
Yeah.
Or initiative.
Not it being 11, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
What did Doe get?
You're
for
right.
initiative?
Doe. 9.
Oof.
Sorry, what Grin get? 13?
11.
Just under, yeah, 11, just under Torger.
Okay. Okay. I wonder if I can put you in at 10.9 to org to like, if I can like get it to work that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do I can't do integers. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
Rude.
And Hopper, what'd you get?
13.
Wow, that's fun. All right.
Yeah.
So, Vonkar goes first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of want to stay inside the circle, but I mean, feel free if you wanna. Nah.
Are they hostile?
They might be.
I mean, look at them teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, go on, get. And he's gonna kick one, like, through the magic circle. Because they're, like, all up on the magic circle now. Non-lethally, he's gonna just nudge it with his foot.
Okay.
Yeah, hits it, but he's, like, not trying to hurt it or anything, just trying to, like, see if it's hostile, so you aren't just killing little baby monsters. So he nudges it with its foot. It kind of just... When he gets hit, and kind of, like, falls on its back and starts to, like... get stuck on its back and can't, like... do anything.
Dumb worm.
He's like, I don't think they're a threat. Before it, like... and... looks like it's gonna be hostile.
Oh.
Okay.
Well.
So Vonkar's gonna be, yeah, hostile. And then he's gonna go with 2 stomps, just... his other 2 attacks that he has. Yep. That'll be a 18 to hit.
Actually, I should have specified. Are these creatures celestial, elemental, fiend, or undead?
No.
Uh-oh.
Perfect.
And they are not affected by this.
Not aware of it yet. Not aware of it
Well.
yet. So yeah,
It's
Vonkar
like,
is...
I did something.
Vonkar stomps the one that hissed at him. Stomped the one that hissed at him. That'll be 12 bludgeoning damage to that one. It's still relatively okay. They're hardy. And then second stomp, or third stomp technically. 11 to hit. Miss.
Uh-oh.
That worm leaps at Vonkar, and you're all like looking, expecting it to bounce off the magic circle, but it just sails right through the magic circle and into the magic circle where you all are, and it latches onto Vonkar's face, like just completely consumes his head, and begins making bite attacks while chomping down on his noggin. Just for flavor, it's chomping down on his noggin right now. And, I gave you the wrong height for these worms. They should be 10 feet long.
Oh, fun!
Even
But
more funner.
We'll say they're 5. Just
Oh,
I said
because
that before.
they're huge or large.
They're large, yeah. But 6 feet's fine. Yeah, the one's gonna just... They're large in terms of their girth and their weight.
Girthy, grape,
Yeah, so bite.
Oh, trouble.
So it latches onto...
pale worm.
Well, Vonkar needs to make a dex save first, because it's doing its sneaky little thing. Natural 1,
sneaky
natural
little
1, plus 1, natural 1 plus 6, because it Grin's bonus. So 7.
I don't think that's
It
enough
completely
for Vonkar.
lands on Vonkar's head and blinds Vonkar. Vonkar.
Ah,
And he's just yelling as this thing is like wrapped around his head and biting. It's gonna do 2 bite attacks with advantage because blinded. 17 misses. As it's flailing around, you can see where its body ends. A little stinger occasionally like pokes out in like a jabbing motion.
Oh.
And then the second attack with advantage. 22 to hit.
Oh god.
That's gonna be 7 piercing damage. the Vonkar. And luckily, he's too big to be swallowed by these things.
God.
Another one is gonna inch towards the magic circle.
No.
Here, just because Vonkar's yelling, he's like trying to punch it off, pull it off, and then looks towards Hopper. And
Okay.
leaps towards Hopper. Just so it doesn't blind
I'm
you.
just a little guy. I'm a little guy.
I need a dexterity saving throw to avoid it landing on your head and blinding you.
Yeah, okay. Dex save. I'm pretty good at those. And I'm still within
Yep.
10 feet of Grin. Okay, so that'll be a 24.
Cool. So it leaps at you, misses to like latch onto your head, but it's still gonna go for 2 bites. Just
Did it hit? Or is this
no, that's
like
just
a...
you avoiding its leap to land on your head. That's not part of its attack. It's just a thing it has.
Oh, okay.
Now it's attacks.
So it's still rolling to attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it doesn't get advantage on these.
Yeah.
Nope. A 9 will not hit.
Mm-mm.
Will a 25 or 24?
Yeah, 24 just hits. I don't have mage armor up.
Okay. So it bites you, and for the purposes of this, for the flavor,
Uh-huh.
it latches onto your side, and it begins to swallow you from your side. So you can feel your waist start to like bend at an angle it's not supposed to.
Okay.
And you
Ow.
take from the bite. You take. Yeah, Hopper's the only one at risk of. Are you and Flit are the only ones at risk of being swallowed?
Great. Excellent.
You love that.
You take 7
love that.
piercing damage.
Woo! Doesn't
If
get
Grin
rid
was
of my
tiny,
tummy.
Grin would also be at risk. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Hopper.
I'd be just a morsel to these guys.
Another one.
Yeah, this is you to avoid being swallowed. Ooh!
13?
13 just saves you from being swallowed.
Oh, thank you, Grin.
So you're swallowing. You get out of its mouth. You stand back up. You're bleeding from the side from its like saw-like teeth.
Ouch.
Flitz
Yeah,
is
okay.
just yelling. Hates bugs.
Oh, I wonder what he hears them say.
Bugs.
Flitz does not see. Oh, thank God these ones don't talk
They move in silence.
because they're not beasts. And then
Mm.
Flitz is going to cast.
What are they then? Maybe a monstrosity.
Flitz is going to cast invisibility.
Nice. That's a good call.
And then you hear like a
Good call, Flip.
pitter patter out of the magic circle towards the tree, like or actually behind one of these like tombstones. And as a action, Flitz is going to try to hide. No, yes, no, that's not what Flitz would do. I don't think. Eldritch Blast. Boop, boop, boop. Or no, invisibility is the action. Never mind. I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Invisibility, hide behind a tombstone.
Alright.
Another one of these wormlings is going to go for Grin from the back. And it's going to dexterity save to see if it latches onto your noggin.
Don't get my noggin! 15!
Okay, it doesn't latch onto your noggin. Kind of
Oh.
hits the back of your head and kind of slides down your back a little bit. And all those like weird little hands it has grip onto your back, and it starts like biting between your wing joints.
Why are you so cute and gross?
13 to hit
Misses.
and 14 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah, so it's just like on your back trying to like get at you. Oh man, they all are going. Alright. Another one is gonna go for Antyr.
No.
Dexterity save.
Help.
Plus 5 to whatever you roll.
26.
Yeah, it leaps through the air at you and it misses. Hits you in the side, kind of rolls to the ground,
Ugh.
and then it's just gonna start like chomping on your foot to try to like get up your leg and like have your whole leg in its mouth. So it's just trying to bite and engulf your foot right now. First attack, 17 to hit.
Full work.
22 to hit.
It's just what you needed.
Oh, boom.
That hits.
Wait, how much? Wait, how much do you have?
Oh,
I have
22. So
22.
that's-
You currently. I'm gonna use my reaction to do shifting shield for Antyr
Okay.
to give them a +2 to AC until the start of my next turn.
Oh.
That's with the writhing shield, right? The moon
The
rot shield.
moon rot shield, yeah.
Oh,
the
cool.
shield,
Well,
like
my
like
AC
a-
goes down by 4.
Yeah. So right now the shield kind of Venom symbiotes off of Hopper's arm and kind of like coalesces on Antyr's arm. So right now the shield is manifesting on Antyr's person and not Hopper. That's why Hopper loses
Yeah.
the AC
I
bonus.
still-
Gonna beat the
Yeah.
the
So
grub
my
with
AC goes down to 17
And
until the
to
next
get
round.
the block, and Andrew's just gonna start hitting the head of the creature to get it off.
Okay.
Get off of me!
All right. One's gonna go for Doe.
There may be possibility there.
8 plus.
What?
This is a character sheet for ants. 8 plus 8. So 16 plus 5, 21. And then it's just going to go for 2 bite attacks on Doe. 11. Oh, no. Another wormling. This one's going to go for the monk. Leaps towards Torger. Dexterity save, Torger. To avoid your head from getting sucked on. Nope. 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 Nope.
It sucked.
This worm's not getting any head today.
Oh no. What'd you get, sorry?
So no head?
26.
So no head? Alright. It leaps at you, kind of, it hits you in the forehead and doesn't, it gets distracted by your eyes, even though it can't see, and it just it bounces off your forehead. And as it's falling down, its little, like, grasping hands latch onto your mustache. And it just, like, trying to chew on bite your chin.
So then I do that gross thing that people do. I like,
You're licking the grub.
Oh.
That's a dough shit to do.
17 to hit for the first one, just wildly misses. Yeah, it can't. Your tongue is like blocking the attacks. Just... Alright,
Either way,
Hopper. There's one trying to like chomp on you at your side.
Uh-huh.
And they all seem to be just become. The magic circle does not seem to repel these things. They're just like
Okay.
leaping through the magic circle.
Cool. Are there any more still in their little hidey hole?
No, they all came up.
No, they're all out.
All of them are
Great.
around the magic circle, except for the one that's cocooned in the tree 20 feet away.
They're all around it, or they're
Yeah,
all like
every
actively
single
attacking
one
us?
is within 5 feet of the magic circle.
Okay. I don't think that's gonna be a viable plan anymore. So
I
I'm
got
just gonna
something,
take
guys.
out. You got something? All right.
Do you
Okay.
think?
I'm gonna take out the Everthorn and just start swinging, cause I have 2 attacks per round now. Woo!
Yay, go
Or
for it.
2 attacks per action. So I'm gonna go for the one that was attacking me.
Yeah.
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Would I have to? I still have the shield physically, right? It's just like the magic projection
The
that's
shield's
in front
physically
of Antyr.
on Antyr right now.
Okay, so I could do two-handed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do two-handed. That's a D10 plus 3.
Andrew's
That
still
is
beating it.
8 slashing damage for the first attack on the one next to me.
Okay.
Nice.
For the second, oh, it's a natural 19. Ugh. I don't think I have anything that lets me crit on a 19. That's a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then that is 10 slashing damage.
Okay. It bursts like a pus-filled balloon. Just
Okay. Action surge. Because I hardly ever action surge.
It's true.
Action surge. I'm gonna go up to the one on Doe.
Okay.
Is there another one within 5 feet of Doe?
Oh, tons.
Okay. Then instead of doing 2 blade attacks, I'm gonna do green flame blade because that also got approved. Attack the one next to Doe.
Okay.
Or trying to take a chomp out of Doe. That is a dirty 20
Oh, yeah.
to hit. Alright, so that is a d10 plus 3 slashing damage. That's 10 slashing damage plus 2d8 fire damage. 3 fire damage.
Okay.
And the centipede next to it is also going to take... What is this? I'm at 11th level. 2d8 plus... Oh, what is it? A d8? No. 2d8 plus 5.
Okay, that'll be the one that's attacking Grin that's going to take the splash.
Okay. That is going to be 14 fire damage on the one attacking Grin.
Okay.
And then bonus action, re-pop off Protector Cannon.
Okay.
The d8 plus 5. That is going to be maximum 13 temporary hit points for everyone.
Everyone but Flitz gets 13 temporary hit points.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that is my turn.
Alright, the worm that's beside Grin that's on fire violently explodes. Grin, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$27.
27. You avoid the oddly superheated blood that explodes outward.
Sorry, Grin.
And as it hits the pavement somewhere behind you, you can see it kind of melts the pavement a little bit like lava would.
What did
Wowza.
I do?
Anything else, Hopper?
So
That's
that
it?
was- Yeah, that was 2 kills for me.
Alright.
I'll take it.
The next 2 worms are going to gun for you then.
Oh, well, shit. I thought they were all done.
Oh no. I need
My
you
AC is super low right now.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. That's a natural 1 for an 11 total.
Cool. That first one latches onto your head. You are blinded.
Cool.
That one bites you twice with advantage. Actually, no. Actually, yes. A bite for advantage. That will be a 17.
Shield. Gets my AC up to 20.
Okay.
Let me knock that down.
Second bite. 23.
That hits.
Okay. You take 11
Antyr,
piercing.
give me my shield back.
11 piercing damage.
Still
It's
not through the
fine.
temp HP.
And you're blinded, so I believe the dex save is with disadvantage.
This one is with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. 16 with
16.
disadvantage.
You avoid getting swallowed again. So one is latched onto your head. The second one is still going to do its leap, but it's going to aim for your sword arm. Make a dexterity save.
Sorry. My shield comes back to me at the start of my next turn.
Okay, well, there's
I
still
read
one,
that wrong.
There's still one latched onto your head.
Yes, but with shield,
Yeah.
that would have bumped my AC up to 24, so that
Okay, no
last
damage.
hit wouldn't.
Alright, so the second one is going to leap for your sword arm. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You need to beat an 18.
Oh, I'm still blinded. Alright, disadvantage, that is not enough.
Okay, so it basically, for temporarily, disarms that sword arm as it engulfs it,
Okay.
and it's gonna bite twice on that arm
Mm-hmm.
and try to swallow you from the arm.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And you're still blinded, so advantage.
Yeah.
Natural
AC is
20
24.
on the first one.
Silvery bar. No, I already
You
used my
can't see.
reaction.
You also
never mind.
can't see.
Yeah.
And you also use your reaction.
Anyone else have a reaction to help a buddy out?
You take 13 piercing damage.
Alright, my temp HP is finally gone.
Dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, whoops.
So
Well, that's a
Hopper's got
natural
like
one, so...
one arm, one worm beside them, one worm on their head, one worm latched onto their, or one worm on their head, one worm latched on their arm.
Yeah.
Hopper,
Alright,
you are swallowed, blinded and restrained.
Bye, guys.
When it bites her, I want to use the rebuke the violent
Okay. So it takes the damage.
wisdom saving throw.
All right. Natural 1 minus 2.
Okay, it takes the damage that Hopper did, but radiant.
Yeah, the damage Hopper took but radiant. Yeah. Okay, Hopper. Yeah, you are blinded and restrained and swallowed.
Cool. And it's still got one more attack, right?
Yeah.
Great.
So it sees Antyr right there, and it's gonna do a stinger attack on Antyr. It's gonna like kind of roll onto its back, and the arms kind of kick up a little bit, like someone's giving it belly rub, and something invisible's giving it belly rubs. So it's kind of cute, and then the tail stinger shoots out. 19 to hit.
I still have shield up, bulwark up, so.
Alright, the other one, oh, that's both of them that attacked. Right. So, that's that. Antyr! Hopper is gone. Eaten by one of the worms that just shot a stinger at you.
Okay.
Blended and restrained, you said?
Blinded and
status?
restrained, yep.
All right. So we're gonna see Antyr as they pull the braces, the dagger that they got from Brace or stole from Brace, and as they flourish it, you see there are these shimmer that Antyr takes, and as they lift it up in a slashing motion, these shimmers shoot out in 5 different directions as they do Steel Wind Strike.
Okay.
The first one is going to be just a straight stab down at the one that tried to stinger them.
Okay. The one that's eating, the one
That- is that the one that-
the one that ate Hopper?
Okay, that's the one that ate Hopper. Yeah. Just going to try to just go from just slice it. That is a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That is 42 force damage. 6d10. And I could do 5 of these.
Describe how you one-hit kill that thing.
It's as the ethereal kind of visage is moving forward, it just is a slow drag slice, but because it's force damage, it's this like astral energy that just kind of like feels like a cut, but it doesn't actually bust it, like cut open. It just kind of like ruptures the skin.
Gross.
And yeah, that one's killed.
Alright, Hopper, you're no longer swallowed. So you're no longer blinded and restrained. The thing just
The-
explodes around you.
The next one is, because I could do 5 of these, because Steel Wind Strike is you can choose up to 5 creatures you see within range, and I make a spell attack against each of those. So the one that freed Hopper, going to shift around. There's one currently engaged with me.
Yeah.
Gonna finish that one off too, or attempt to, for a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That is 38.
Also
Force
explodes.
Gonna shift around. There's another one that was attacking Hopper that was kind of fucking Hopper up. Gonna
Yeah,
go for
that was on Hopper's head
that one.
originally.
Yeah, gonna try to chop that one. For no,
How does the wizard have multiple attacks?
Steel Wind Strike.
Steel Wind Strike is
Oh,
5
awesome.
attacks. Yeah.
Nice.
Gonna try to kill that one. Not as good. That was only 16
That
damage.
hits.
Oh no, it was. Oh, did I roll to hit? Did I roll to hit?
I think it was a 20, right?
Yeah, I had a. Yeah, it was a dirty 20. Second
16,
dirty 20.
16 kills that one. That one was already hurt.
Okay.
3 of the worms so far you just killed.
So that's 3.
Hopper killed 2. You just killed 3, so you killed 5 of the 12.
We're gonna shift over to Vonkar because
One's
attacked
still latched on
Vonkar.
his head. Yeah.
Yeah, gonna go for the one on Vonkar's head.
Sure.
31 to hit.
Yeah.
It's an 18 plus 13. 36.
Yeah, that one just
Force
explodes.
damage.
The spell
you
is
know
just
what?
exploding worms, like gross pus-filled pinatas.
The one that started this all,
Mm-hmm.
Antyr is going to. The last visage is going to appear.
Oh, the one that
with
started it all
cocoon.
is already dead. You
Oh,
just
the
killed it.
cocoon's dead?
Oh no, the cocoon's still there.
Yeah, this is the one that started it all.
Oh,
Antyr,
okay,
the
sorry.
last visage, because Antyr will appear, like physically appear in this place, because at the end of this, I could pick an unoccupied space around one of those targets.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be at the one at the cocoon, and they're going to just go straight up with a strike, just right in center.
Go for it.
Attempt to. Let's make it a fucking natural one on this one. No, 31 again.
Oh yeah, it just
for,
obliterates the cocoon. Or wait, yes.
47.
Yeah, obliterates the cocoon and the little guy inside, and as it falls out, you can see it was growing wings.
Yeah, no, fuck this. So yeah, Antyr is just cutting through. You just see it looks like, oh god, what's a good movie to compare this to? But it looks just like a blur of like different Antyrs kind of moving gracefully around, and at the very last second, Antyr just goes up with like a straight up lunge with this dagger, which doesn't actually really pierce anything because it's like this force energy around it before it just penetrates the last one and it explodes, and Antyr is doused with
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
grossness.
do they explode?
Yeah, when they die,
From the force
they kind
damage?
of
Yeah. Yeah, but Antyr, the force, it's not actually like piercing damage, it's force damage, and the amount
And
of damage Antyr is doing
the-
is just...
The only time the one popped and the blood seemed superheated was when it got killed by Green Flame Blade.
Oh, so fire has effects on them. Ooh.
Anything else, Antyr? Not many left. There's 4 left.
Antyr is going to Starlight Step and onto the tree branch that the creature was occupying. So just kind of like up in the tree,
Okay.
out of harm's way, potentially,
Sure.
hopefully, maybe.
All right. Torger, there's
That
still
is
the
it for
one
me.
dangling off your mustache. And it's your turn.
Yeah, I don't really want to kill these things. I don't think they's doing too much. I was able to bat it away with my tongue.
So is it actually got like, or is there? I would like to fold it into a ball and roll it away.
Okay. It's not... Yeah, this would be a contested grapple, just to see if you can do that.
Great. Okay, so that's strength.
Yeah. Strength. You can do strength or dex.
Or so athletics.
Or it's a defender that does strength or dex. I don't really... who cares? You have to beat a... You have to beat a 4, so...
With athletics.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's 18.
You just kind of peel it off. It doesn't take your mustache with you, so you're just holding it. This little 6 foot long worm. You can just roll
Then
it
I
up
just
into a ball and roll it away.
In sleeping bag, and I just roll it towards where it came from.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check. We'll see if you can get it on its back where it can't really move around.
Hand check. That's a 23.
Oh yeah. You kind of roll it back into the pit, and you kind of hear a thud, and it's just like, and that one is effectively removed from combat because it can't move. It's just stuck on its back.
All right, okay. And then I'm gonna go and just stand in front of Hopper, just
Okay.
because they're a smaller member, and I've recently witnessed them get Kobayashi'd.
Oh yeah. All right.
Or I guess replace Kobayashi if they look kind of like hot dogs.
Yeah, they're just gray swollen hot dogs.
Joey Chestnutted.
Ugh. Yeah, he use these guys for
Yeah.
a hot dog eating competition. All right.
I guess.
Anything else, Torger?
No, that's all for me today.
Alrighty. Grin. There's the one that's near you, yeah. Or on your wing joints,
found it.
yeah.
I found it. Ugh. And he casts Wall of Ice. A bit late, but he didn't know what was going on.
So in a
And
circle
so
around you guys.
It creates like a dome around all of us. Yeah.
Okay. So Antyr's the only one not in it.
Yeah.
Or Enflitz. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it do
Oh,
anything to
no.
creatures in this space?
I will. Yes, it does.
'Cause
So
I
I'll,
believe they take
I'll
bludgeoning
read the
damage
I'll
from
read
it.
the spell block. You can create a wall of ice on a solid surface within range. You can form it into a hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet, which is
Yeah.
pretty much
that'll cover
the
everybody.
circle,
Yeah.
the magic circle I had done before. It's just like, oh, failed. You can shape the flat surface made up of 10-foot square panels.
Perfect.
Each panel must be contiguous with another panel. In any form, the wall is 1 foot thick and lasts for the duration. If the wall cuts through a creature's space, when it appears, the creature within its area is pushed to one side of the wall and must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature takes 10d6 cold damage, or half as much on a successful save.
And what's the save? Dex?
Yes.
-2 to all these, and there's 4 of them left. 2. 7. 1. 7.
Yeah, they all fail.
10d10 cold damage. Let's go.
Do you want me to do
Or however
that
it is.
separately?
No, you can. No, it's all. It's the same spell effect, so it's the same damage for every single one.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, so many ones. Ugh.
Ooh.
32.
They all explode. They all get crushed by the sudden forming ice wall, and then their innards kind of just freeze to the outside. Or actually, it was. Yeah, was it 4 left? Yeah, it was 4 left because Torger rolled the one away. All right.
You guys saw Grin during the first part of the battle where all these things are jumping out at us and everybody's trying to defend themselves. Grin just digging around in his pack, pulls out the staff and he's just like, I found it!
There it is.
Alrighty, so that's 4 murder worms killed by Grin.
So interesting thing about this as well, and this probably isn't the last time I'll try using it, so I wanted to fill you in on the rest of the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
So the wall is an object that can be damaged and thus breached. It has AC of 12 and 30 hit points per 10-foot section, and it is vulnerable to fire damage.
Okay.
Reducing a 10-foot section to 0 hit points destroys it and leaves behind a sheet of frigid air in the space the wall occupied. A creature moving through that sheet of frigid air for the first time on a turn must make a Constitution saving throw. That creature takes 5d6 cold damage on a fail save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right.
Nice.
So yeah, all the worms are gone, splattered. One got away,
Yeah.
and you're just in a dome of ice. So Antyr, you just see a dome of ice appear around everybody. And then about 5 feet beside you, hiding behind a tombstone, Flitz appears again.
All right.
I'll drop concentration on the thing so no one gets hurt by,
Yep.
going through it.
So the dome of ice just kind of disappears.
And look.
Good job, guys.
Okay, we don't provoke. We just let that happen, I think, next time.
Says
I
the
knew-
guy who is chill it.
I got swallowed. by a bug.
Well, there's a larva.
I got swallowed by a baby bug. Do you know how emasculating that is?
So, it was your first times, huh? Goes up, pats Hopper on the shoulder.
You've been eaten by bugs before.
Yeah. You've never been eaten by bugs?
No.
Not until today.
I almost got eaten by a big fly once when I was smaller.
Yeah, wait. So, you guys, you've never been eaten by bugs?
Well, some have. I
no.
haven't.
Never been swallowed by a bird, but they definitely bite sometimes.
I've been bitten, but I've never been swallowed.
Yeah, but we've all been swallowed by bugs before.
No.
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 Torger, no.
No.
What else have been swallowed by a bird?
Well, I don't always keep track.
Anything you can show us?
Show you.
Your tattoos.
Searches his body for snake.
I don't think I got a tattoo of that. I once punched the web part of a big spider. So
What do you mean? It's like the big web bird thing?
the spinneret.
Spinneret, yeah. Oh! Blue knot.
I punched the web anus of a large spider.
Yep, there it was. I figured the other word was to. Never mind. I think we should move.
Wait, you thinks I don't know body parts and I don't know science?
Torger, I'm curious. How many times have you been swallowed by bugs or other creatures? If you're willing to share.
Yeah, it's been swallowed like 7 times.
Oh, Hilda's Venus begins to speak. Speaking of swallowing things and eating things, Antyr, you owe us money still.
You're right, I do.
Also, Antyr, I haven't heard a thank you for saving you from getting bitten by those bugs.
My thanks was me killing the bug that was eating you. You're welcome.
I mean, I haven't heard, a genuine gratitude from you.
You won't.
Then you won't get my help again.
Then I won't help you. I mean, I helped you. I assisted you. We don't have to thank each other for doing the things that are expected of us when we travel together.
Professor Orkier kind of
So you
floats
think
down
me
with his little mage
sacrificing
hand
my own shield.
between Hopper and Antyr.
So you think me sacrificing my shield to protect you was doing the bare minimum?
At the very least, yes. And then me freeing you from the inside of that bug was the bare minimum that I could do to help
Grin,
you.
hold me back. I'm kidding.
Alright, guys.
Hold my rings, Grin. Hold my rings.
All right, so there's simple ways that we can solve this. All right. Here, I'm going to tie your hands together.
That is not going to happen.
No, you are not going to do that. Absolutely not.
And then each one of you gets a bottle, and then you breaks that bottle. And then whoever leaves the circle alive was truly the one who was right.
Wait, alive? Is this a fight to the death?
You
What you
have
are
to
suggesting?
each other, or there's going to kill you.
Let's just get to moving.
First of all, in my travels, I discovered a spell that lets you transfer the consciousness between two creatures. Maybe you guys could try being each other for a while.
I would hard
Ooh.
pass, never want to do that, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind being taller for a couple of hours.
And smarter.
Oh, I am smarter than you, Antyr. I
What do
guess.
you think?
I do.
You do
Oh
think
my
exactly. Good job.
I do think.
That sets you
On a
apart from the
scale
rest.
of 1 to 20, how high do you think your intelligence is? Because I am a 20. I know that's for a fact.
Out of 100, oh, that makes sense.
I said 1 to 20, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna do an unarmed strike on him.
Yeah, go for it.
It's gonna do a 1 point of damage. That's a natural 20!
All right, Antyr, you take 1 damage.
I'm gonna
Just crack
astral
Antyr in
cord.
the jaw.
I
your
will
astral cord,
reaction, and I will make that shit miss.
Silver
The actual
barbs.
cord, oh, it still misses, dude. I just make it miss. The astral cord kind of wraps for a moment around your wrist and just yanks you down like a cross punch. Okay, look. Let's not fight each other. Let's not hurt each other. That's not the intention here.
I'll put somebody on time mode. I'm just saying. Vonkar walks over.
Oh, we're all right. We'll walk.
Vonkar walks over, Grin walks away, and it's like during all of this, he's just like going up to Flitz and is like,
Hey, they're busy and stuff, but we found this in that guy's study, little notes on how to make golems appear sentient and stuff. Anyway, I thought you might find it interesting, in your spare time or something.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I could use some help around the house.
Yeah, all right. Just giving it away.
They snap their fingers and it
I
kind of
can't
just
use
like
it.
disappears up their sleeve.
cool. I'm gonna delete that from my inventory.
Sure. All right. Yeah, all the worms are dead
Oh, you're
except for the
muted.
one.
Kate, you're muted.
Oh. I imagine Antyr's just like doing the older sibling thing of like holding the younger at the forehead and Hopper's just swinging wildly around their knees.
It's just the magic reach, like from a distance. Like...
Iota!
Yeah, you can still hear the one worm like mewling in the pit as it's trying to like flip itself over.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Alright, let's keep moving, yeah.
Keep walking. You pass by more graves that are just destroyed. Some that are still intact.
Oh, I'm also gonna take this time to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. Okie dokie. So, after about 20 minutes of walking through the cemetery and kind of moving around debris and getting around ruins, sitting on a slight hill is a large stone cathedral that has seen significant damage. The roof is collapsed, stained glass windows shattered, and just peeking through the ruins you can see a cathedral filled with destroyed stone pews and more bodies. And it seems the bodies in there were worshipping a sort of deity. Some are like on the ground in front of you, like they're running out of the chapel, and they're wearing dark black hooded gowns and wearing metallic masks etched with designs of grief-stricken faces. And any sort of religious iconography to show who was worshipped in this place is long gone. So this is this weird cathedral on a little hill, and then the road kind of continues past it out of this ward and into the central ward, it looks like. So you don't have to check out the chapel if you don't want to, but it is a little chapel.
Well, guys, that actually looks like a nice place for a short rest if any of you need it. I know I could use one.
Let's take a moment.
Yeah, sounds good.
Some of us.
Flitz is like,
yeah, some of us.
oh yeah. They cough up a little bit of seawater.
Ugh.
Oh,
Poor guy.
no. Is
Yeah.
it accelerating or is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully it's back in time. Professor, let's see what you can find out about this place that we're heading to.
Oh, it looks like it was a chapel and a place of worship.
Nailed it. Good job.
I'd have to get inside, of course.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So he casts Mage Hand, and this little like crimson-colored Mage Hand begins to like float his sphere towards the church. Because that's how he gets around. Right, so you're all going into the chapel for like a brief short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some cover, hopefully.
Uh,
Depending on what's inside.
There's not much roof,
Okay.
but there's enough roof to like give cover, but a lot of it has like collapsed inward. Yeah, there's stone pews everywhere, bodies everywhere that are wearing those robes with like grief-stricken metal masks. Yeah.
Andrew's gonna bamf regret and have them sit post up outside of the cathedral to if at
Okay.
any
They
point
perch up on
something-
like what would have been like a stone kind of fence or wall around the thing. Like it posts up there and they just look out. Or actually, they post up in like one of the broken windowsills and kind of look out.
I'm just gonna sit and begin to commune, grabbing the spell book and opening it, and mini trance as they
Okay.
do for their short rest.
Anyone? Oh yeah. Anyone? Yeah. Anyone doing anything during the short rest? I heard Grin make a little noise, so I assumed something.
just like her.
Oh, okay.
I'll do another detect magic ritual.
Sure.
Because why not?
Yeah, Israel. The chapel's relatively large, but because of all the debris, it's kind of restricted the area a bit in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the edge of your detect magic, behind an altar, you detect a powerful aura of necromancy magic behind a wall. Like the wall directly behind the primary altar. There's just an aura of necromancy magic behind that wall, but still in the chapel.
I wouldn't. Oh no, I would get benefit of a long short rest. I think I'll just. While we were going around the outside and comparing it in here, does it look like the outside wall behind the where the altar would be? Does that seem like it sticks out a little further than it would be from in here?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a hidden or a fake wall behind the altar. Lots of necromancy coming from behind it.
That's not good.
I was going to check it out by myself, but best not to stray from the group. Not
Yeah,
very
I'm just gonna.
territory.
I'd just like to get a bruiser before we investigate that, if that's alright.
Yeah, yes, go ahead. I just felt like it was important to mention.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Right.
Short rests for everybody.
Alright. I shall use Warlock hit dice.
There, Vonkar's back up to 111.
Do you know if Doe can do the Song of Rest for like free? Or it's like some type of bard thing, right? Is that
Let me look.
I think that's once per long rest during. a short
No,
rest.
it's once per short
Or like 10
rest. It's
minutes.
during a short rest.
Mm.
So yeah, they can do Song of Rest. Yeah. Okay. So everybody gets in it. Yeah, so Doe will perform their Song of Rest during the short rest. It doesn't have a limit on it, it looks like. You just can do it.
yeah.
So Doe's just gonna play their hand drum. And everybody that can hear Doe play their drum gets an additional 2 hit points.
Do your max.
To that's just how what you healed by from your short rest.
On top of your hit dice.
Yeah. So everybody just if you are missing hit points, you add 2 more.
Excellent.
But
Do Arcane Recovery and get
Yeah,
that
the,
fifth level, that first level back.
You all gain the benefits of a short rest in this little chapel. Hopper, the aura that you detected eventually fades after the spell's concentration ends.
Alright. Let's go check it out, right, Hopper?
Yeah, towards the end of our short rest, I would re-up it as a ritual again.
Okay. So you move towards the altar where that you think a fake wall is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torger is going to, in that time, have gone invisible.
Okay.
Can find a shadow. I can now literally become invisible.
When you're in a shadow, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm in
Which is
shadows.
pretty cool.
Find them, but yet invisible.
Just Homer going through the hedge, just. Alright. Torger's standing in a shadow, completely invisible. Hopper, you walk up to the possibly fake wall behind the altar. The aura of necromancy magic radiating from the other side.
I'm gonna start looking for any mechanical ways to open this.
Alright, you're laying your hands along the wall,
wall.
and you feel a little
Yeah.
bit of a breeze. And as you look closely, it's a hinged wall that swings outward. And there's a little crevice in the side, like a crease inside you can like grip your fingers into and pull the wall out.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try to open this door. I would recommend that we back up in case there is any burst of magic, possibly. Start opening it.
Okay, you open this.
I'm gonna like hide behind the door for cover
Sure.
as I'm opening it.
You open up this secret stone door, and inside is a small little room with a glass case. Inside the glass case looks like a scroll, and in addition, all over the floor and all over the floor of the room are burned religious texts. Resting on a stone pedestal engraved with sorrowful faces and praying hands is a long silver rod embedded with rubies with two sorrowful heads made of silver at either end of the rod with metal wings where ears should be. So a rod, then there's a scroll in a glass case, and just burned religious texts all over the ground.
I would like to do a divine sense.
Alright. You don't detect anything.
Okay.
And Hopper, the aura of magic is coming from the rod and the scroll in the case.
The scroll, nothing from the case itself.
No, just the scroll in
Like
the...
it's not trapped with
no,
magic at
just
all.
the scroll in the rod.
Antyr, do you want the scroll or the rod to identify?
Luckily the scroll you can just read to figure out what it is once you take it out of the case.
True.
I'll do the scroll. You can
Alright,
take the rod.
Okay.
I'm gonna. What school of magic am I getting from the rod?
Necromancy.
Okay, so they're both necromancy?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take the rod out to the altar and start
Okay.
identifying it.
Who's all in the room?
Yeah. You didn't check for traps or anything? Here we go.
Nobody
I'm
said...
not a rogue.
No,
We don't
nobody
have a
said...
rogue in
Nobody
the
said they...
party.
Okay, nobody said they followed after Hopper. Cool.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
I was
I'm
there
walking
to-
that way.
I know,
I'm-
it's a small chamber
Yeah.
though, so it's...
Yeah,
are you
sorry,
standing
I
at
meant-
the door, or
I
are
probably
you
would
in
have
the
gone
room?
in by myself
I
if
was
Torger
right-
didn't sneak in.
Yeah, I was right next to Hopper because I was doing the divine sense.
Okay, cool.
You know, and
Okay.
plus I said that I would be going with her. Like,
Okay.
hey, let's check this
So
out.
Grin and Hopper in the room. Again, small room. Okay, Hopper, you lift the... Antyr's like moving to step into the room towards the scroll case. You're lifting the rod off the pedestal. Just as you lift the rod off the pedestal, a small little indentation it was laying on and pressing down lifts upwards, or raises upwards. The stone wall slams shut and seals with magic. You hear like a across it. Antyr, Torger, Vonkar, Doe, everybody else on the other side. While Grin and Hopper are basically blocked off by this door as it slams shut.
At least I'm not with Antyr.
Antyr and everybody else are on the other side.
Hmm.
The door just... Hopper looks like you're all looking inside. Hopper picks something up, and then the door just slams shut. And then magically gets like covered in a symbol. Grin and Hopper, you can start to see the ceiling begin to descend. Let's roll initiative again.
Oh, oh no.
Hopper!
I know I
Then-
messed up, Grin.
Don't tell me what you got until
Shit, of
I
course.
ask for your name.
Alright.
Does that mean Kate is short round?
Yeah, essentially.
When am I not short round? I have always been short round.
I stepped where you stepped.
I said, but you step, Mr. Jones.
Alright, 9 for Doe.
Love that character.
Short round's great.
Oh, I love short round.
Alright. Flitz, who's also on the other side with everybody else except for those. Oh man. Doe got 9, Vonkar got 8, Flitz got 7. Antyr, what'd you get?
A natural 20 for 26.
Okay. Grin, what'd you get?
A natural 20 for a 24.
Hopper, what'd you get?
A natural 13 for a 22.
Okay. Torger, what'd you get?
23, Bob.
Jeez.
Where
Yeah.
was this initiative in the last fight?
Alrighty, so
When it mattered.
cool. Antyr, you're approaching to step into the room to get the look at the scroll. You see Hopper lift up the rod that's on a pedestal. The pedestal raises up, and then the stone wall slams shut, blocking you from entering the room. Like so, you're like pressed up right against it, essentially. And basically, they got slammed in your face. And then you hear a shimmer, and a arcane glyph just kind of appears on the wall. On both sides, by the way.
Idiot. And oh my god.
And you can hear a mechanism inside beginning to like lower something.
So there's a glyph on the.
And Grin and Hopper see the ceiling beginning to like come down and juice them.
All right, Antyr is going to step away from the wall.
Okay. Oh, Hopper, your detect magic also picks up abjuration now on the wall.
Uh-huh, I figured. Sorry.
No.
Yep. So I can't do that because that is the wall is considered magical, right?
Now it
In
is.
this moment. Yep. I don't have that spell prepared, so that's super fun. Can I try to ascertain what this glyph could be doing, or what the effects of this glyph may be?
Do you have detect magic or identify?
I do have identify, but I cannot cast it because it is a ritual, so I don't want to do
Okay,
that.
I'll let, as your action, I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Yes, I would love that. That would be amazing. Okay.
Sure, because you may have seen this glyph before. Then
A dirty 20.
looks like the arcane lock spell.
All right. Vonkar, you're up. Just beat the shit out of this wall if you can.
Grin and Hopper,
this
you
is-
just hear muffled voices like.
This is going to be quite a. This is a powerful magic that is locking them into place there. So, gonna step back.
All right.
It's. Oh no, I can't communicate that yet, can I? Okay.
Grin.
Okay.
Grin, it's your turn. You're inside the room as the ceiling slowly begins to descend. The ceiling is 15 feet high.
You said that there was a podium with the where the scroll was sitting, correct?
Where the rod was sitting. That's what caused
Rod
the
was
thing
sitting.
to.
Okay. So, I mean, this thing isn't gonna go past that. We can just kind of duck, right? Is it like?
Sure.
Is that what it looks
I
like?
don't know.
What is it? It's
It's just the ceiling. It's just the ceiling.
Questions.
It's
Like,
just the entire
how-
ceiling slowly descending.
Okay, but there's stuff in the way of that ceiling.
Yeah, like tiny like little wooden shelves.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a full.
No, it looks
stone,
like the ceiling will
pillar
probably crush everything.
there. Okay, cool. Thank you. That was the. I didn't know if there was like a podium in the center of the room that, as long as we went like this, it would go.
It looks like
wooden springs.
it looks like the ceiling will definitely destroy the stone like pedestal that the rod was on and the glass. Yeah, it looks like the ceiling's gonna it's designed to crush everything in this room.
All right, Papa. Let me take the wind out of this thing's sails.
And he's gonna cast Dispel Magic at the door.
Okay, what level?
Third.
Roll a
That's the
d20
only-
and add your spellcasting modifier.
D20 spellcasting.
You need a 19.
Oh, please. That's not gonna happen. Hold on. Yeah. +5. Yeah, I didn't do it.
Okay, the spell magic just fizzles out on it. Everybody hears a muffled yell on the inside. That's your action. Anything else? Bonus actions you want to play with?
Let's see. Is there? I imagine there's no tiny cracks, like tiny keyhole type cracks anywhere. Let's see. Nope.
Okay.
That's done. That
Oh.
spell slot I get back is now gone already.
Alrighty. Alrighty. That'll bring us to Torger. You're on the other side of the wall with everybody but Grin and Hopper. The door just slammed shut. Nobody knows what's happening inside that room, but you can hear a mechanism going like.
So. Okay, Hildsvini, can I get inside your mouth?
Just so you know, it's an action to pull something out of me.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
Goes, gets in elbow deep.
Oh yeah.
Starts walking towards everyone. Everyone else, I need you to get away very far, okay?
Grin and Hopper on the other side. You just hear.
Everybody gets away very far. So, I know it is an action, but this at least gives a turn of.
Yeah.
Oh, people getting away from the door. Got it.
That's why I know it's an action.
Okay. Cool.
Gonna get probably 25 feet away.
Okay.
Seems like a reasonable distance to throw. And then stand as I pull out one of the vials of acrid.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Sure.
I can't.
Because my thought is, if I can't break through a magic lock, I can break everything around it. The door.
All right. That's what you're doing.
Still
Okay. Cool.
From that blast, and they can walk around it without getting crushed.
Okay. Hopper.
Knowing that I don't have any spells that can help us in this, I'm gonna pull out the lantern of revealing.
Yeah.
And light it.
That's an action.
Yeah, and try to illuminate any possible levers or buttons
No.
to get this to stop. Nothing?
No. It was designed without a fail. It was designed without a failsafe.
And I'm just gonna very
Grin, you just see Hopper aiming a lantern around in a relatively lit room.
Yeah. Then fruitlessly just like I think I'm just gonna continue. That was my action. Could I start identifying
Nope.
the thing? No, I'd have to wait till next round. Okay.
Yep. Antyr identified it on the other side with their Arcana skill, but you know.
Well, no, I was gonna start identifying the rod.
Yeah, you can't
that I
do that. You
took.
can't do that yet.
Okay.
You already used your action. All right. Is that it?
Hold on. Just reading about this shield for a second.
The shield can't help you here.
Okay, reading about the axe for a second.
You already used your action to use the lantern. Nothing you got can
cannot
help you
be
right
helped.
now.
What? Hey, the Everthorn's a legendary action.
Yeah, but you used your.
Requires a lot
no,
of
it
shit
doesn't
to
do that.
break.
No. All right.
Would it be able
No.
to keep it?
So the ceiling descends 5 feet.
Oh, so we only have 10 feet now?
You only have 10 feet of space now. So Grin, who's now like 7
Okay.
feet tall, is just like, whoa.
Okay.
All right, Doe on the other side. I wonder.
So for Grin, it feels like a church basement right now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. I think Doe can pull out something clutch here. Oh, you need true polymorph to polymorph objects? Damn.
Yeah.
It's gonna polymorph the door or the wall. All right. Well,
Polymorph is fun.
well, it was nice knowing them.
Mood.
Doe is also
Forget right from the door.
yeah. Doe's gonna cast. Also try to. Yeah, Doe's gonna get 30 feet away. Hiding behind a pew. Is gonna point their finger towards it and cast Dispel Magic. It's a 120-foot range. And Doe's gonna try to dispel it. D20 plus 5. So they need a 9 to succeed because it is a 9th level arcane lock. Nope. That's a 9 total. So Doe's dispel magic also fails. But Doe is now 30.
Use Chronal Shift.
Oh, okay.
But they need to re-roll that. This is where I kill Hopper. And then...
17 plus 5.
Hey.
So time kind of
Yeah.
and Doe dispels the arcane lock on the wall. Okay, wow. And then Grin and Hopper on the inside see the spell that's on the illusory wall or the stone wall kind of just blink out. Bringing us to Vonkar, who's just gonna action, movement, open the door, walk up and open the door. It's no longer locked. And Grin and Hopper see the stone wall open. Just, all right. Oh, get out while you can. He's just gonna stand to the side. Flitz is just Flitz like, oh, I got it. Now it looks like. Back to the top to Antyr. Are you doing anything? The door's open. You can see the ceiling now descending in that room.
So what does Hopper have in their hand?
A
I
rod
have the rod and the Lantern of Revealing.
Where's the scroll?
behind Grin.
Still in the case.
Yeah.
It's behind me.
It looks like the scroll in the case are light enough for Mage Hand to.
Yeah, gonna go for the Magus Reach to
Okay.
just
Pull it
punch
out of
through
the
the
room.
case. Not really punch through, but tip over the case and just grab the scroll.
Oh, so the scroll falls off, or the case falls off.
Oh, like there's an actual. So
It's
I was
locked.
thinking
It's
it was
it's
like
in a locked case.
like a, like the rose from
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah,
where it's like
no, it's
sitting
like in a locked glass case.
Okay, no, just gonna grab that and pull it back
Okay,
out.
so you pull the whole case out with the scroll inside.
Oh yeah.
All right, Grin. The case is out. Antyr just took it out with the Mage Hand. The ceiling is coming down. Hopper's holding the rod. Everything in this room has been taken, and the ceiling is still coming down.
Yeah, assuming Hopper will let them, Grin is going to reach for their hand and at half speed take them both out of the room.
And just as you're fleeing, Torger's held action throws the file. No.
Hits Grin in the head.
Cool.
The door shuts. You just hear an
PK.
explosion.
You all, the two of you get out of that room just as the ceiling just goes all the way to the floor, crushes the stone pedestal, and that room is no longer accessible. But Antyr, you're holding onto a glass case with the scroll inside of it. Torger's elbow deep in Hilda's Vini, and Hopper, you have the rod.
Like
Alright.
nothing happened. I'm gonna start identifying it
Okay.
as a ritual.
Friend, alright. Get back
All
here.
right, okay. We were live.
Wait,
So who did it? Who got the stuff done on that
Doe
door?
waves from behind a pew.
Nice. High five.
They high five you with your tongue.
Blah.
Alright. Hopper, This is a Rod of Resurrection. The rod has 5 charges. While you hold it, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells. Heal uses 1 charge, or Resurrection uses 5 charges. It regains 1 expended charge daily at dawn. If the rod is reduced to 0 charges, roll a d20. On a 1, the rod disappears in a burst of radiance. Requires attunement by a cleric, druid, or paladin.
Okay.
So only Grin can use it, I think.
Yeah.
Leak was here.
And yeah, it's just called a Rod of Resurrection.
God of Resurrection. Grin, you might be able to make use of this.
All right. Yes, sir.
Well, it can only be attuned to by a cleric, druid, or paladin.
Oh.
It's very useful, but be careful with how much you use it.
Hmm. Okay. He holds up Shadow Spike. We've had so much fun together.
Oh, it's not a weapon. It's you can use it to cast healing magic and resurrection.
Yeah, I'm attuned to too many other things.
Oh.
I would suggest. What are your things you're attuned to?
I got this. He holds up the hummingbird tongue whip.
Alright.
What's in news?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not an actual tongue.
But
I think that's
yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
And then the Staff of Frost and Shatter Spike, which is the longsword that does damage against objects. Does critical damage against objects.
Oh. What does the whip do?
It does a lot.
It's
Okay. It's that's a special
You
one.
can cast inflict wounds at will. You can cast continual flame at will, and once a day you can do polymorph. Among other
keep
things.
the whip.
Yeah.
Keep the whip.
Yeah, give Vonkar the Shadow Spike.
Oh, I just used my fists.
But you could use Shatter Spike outside of combat.
I could also just use my fists.
That's true. Anybody else can use that as a weapon? Torger, can you use it?
I ain't got enough weapons here.
Oh yeah, you have like the helmets and the.
I can use it, but I have my dancing sword now.
I could use it, but I have the Everthorn.
Oh, well, if you have an attunement slot, it's just a nice good weapon on your back. You know, just in case.
Yeah, I don't
Shatter
want that.
Spike can't. What type of sword is Shatter Spike?
Longsword.
It's a longsword.
Okay. If it was like a short sword or a rapier, I could use my next.
You have +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. If it hits an object, it is automatically a critical hit.
Nice.
Right.
We could keep it in your teddy bear of holding for now.
Damage from non.
We could keep it in your teddy bear of holding until we find a use for it.
Yep.
Good call. Good
Alright.
call.
And then yeah, Antyr, you just have this scroll in a glass case, locked glass case. You could just smash the case to get it out.
Someone feel like taking some aggression out?
Yeah, I just could do it.
Hopper,
Yeah,
you
here
still
you go.
detect magic on the scroll inside, but just the scroll inside.
Gonna mage hand the magistrates will go ahead and bring it over to Torger.
Alright, so this glass case floats towards Torger.
I check it to see if it has any traps on it.
No, it's just locked. A locked glass case. Has like a glass lid.
You can just break it. Just
Yeah.
delicate.
Smash it.
Yeah, you smash the glass case and the scroll is easily pulled out of.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
on the scroll.
It is a scroll of a 9th level spell scroll of True Resurrection.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
So Rod of Resurrection, and then you just found a 9th level spell scroll of True Resurrection.
Anybody that we want to bring back? 200 years. Oh god.
And has not died of old age.
Baba Yaga.
She's still alive.
Oh.
What?
She's still... Baba Yaga's alive. Auntie Gothel died.
Oh.
Othel was still on.
Oh. Could bring back Auntie Gothel.
I have Auntie
It's an
Gothel helping
idea.
out down here.
It's an idea. That's one of the
It's an
OG
idea.
Guardians. Antyr's just gonna roll the scroll up, and they're actually going to.
And just remember, using a spell scroll, you have to succeed on using it in the first place. Otherwise, the scroll burns up. And it has to be used by
Pretty
somebody who
high.
has that spell in their spell class list.
That is true. And I don't think we have anybody that can do that in our party.
But I also
But I
think
don't
that's
know.
I also think that's a dumb rule, and if anyone can read a spell scroll, they should be able to cast it.
Well, here's the other thing. Couldn't Antyr like just duplicate the scroll through not in like an hour or anything, but like just
Like at
Copy
some
it?
point,
as a
Take the
person
time
who's
and duplicate
experienced
it.
with yeah.
Probably
is
not.
that
'Cause it's
something
not a
that's
wizard
not-
spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, okay.
I'm not. This would be.
That makes sense.
What's his name would have loved this. Vin would have loved it because of the.
Yeah.
The holy.
Mhm.
What were they
The-
again?
Because of his subclass.
Yeah, their subclass.
Tuergi wizard, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have been able to, yeah, because he was the Anarch Arcana priest wizard thing.
So fun. Yeah, Antyr's just gonna fold it up. Antyr's not gonna roll it up. Antyr's gonna fold it up, and they're gonna stick it into their spell book.
Okay.
Because their spell book is clasped and it's magical, so
Okay.
making
Now,
sure nothing can fuck with it.
around this time, okay. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution saving throws.
Yeah.
Is this magical?
Yeah, it's magical, so anyone who has advantage on magical effects. So just Antyr and Flitz for this one. Advantage, I mean.
Still not great. Damn.
12. It's my second nat 1 of the night.
Oof. How many people get +5?
Everybody.
Okay.
14.
14.
Okay.
I had a fucking advantage.
You got 14 Antyr, even with the +5?
But not a 6 and a 2 plus 3.
As
Yeah,
you're kind
not
of
great.
standing here for the moment, you see the Timeless Hunger, the version of you that you could summon from the void and it would suck out people's souls, the thing that the group helped you overcome. That thing is currently stalking through the chapel and, like, looking down at the corpses and, like, touching them. Nobody else sees that. Hopper, what'd you get?
12.
The bodies in this chapel aren't Alchemirians, they're your children.
Oh, God.
Grin, what'd you get?
23.
You're fine.
Yeah, okay.
I got this new rod. Look at this.
Vonkar's
And he
fine,
spins it like
Doe's
a baton.
fine. Torger, what'd you get for the con save?
It's 14 teen.
14 teen. Okay.
14.
This entire place is just infested with spiders everywhere. Every surface is web coated, and looking at your friends, they're all like writhing on the ground, and spiders are coming out of every pore of their skin.
Punch your spider butts.
You all feel, everyone but Grin, Vonkar, and Doe, so Hopper, Antyr, and Torger, half of the party, the three of you who failed feel this feeling of isolation and then just creeping paranoia while you're down here. Because you're technically still underground, but it looks like you're floating through the sky. The three of you have started to get a little bit clammy skin. Antyr.
Mm-hmm.
A patch of your hair kind of just falls out.
Oh no.
And anything beyond like 20 feet is starting to get a little blurry. Hopper, as you all, the three of you kind of snap out of these brief hallucinations, the three of you feel isolated, you feel paranoia, clammy skin, a touch bit of hair loss in places, and you begin to develop nearsightedness.
At the mange.
Y'all got rabies.
Get some bad weed from a guy or something.
And that's just Torger, Hopper, and Antyr that feel that.
What? Ugh.
And it's hard to distinguish things that are real and not real right now. You realize you just hallucinated, now it's what is real, what's not real down here right now. And also, can you trust the people you're with, the three of you?
No. Oh,
Never.
that wasn't out loud.
And you get a feeling of untrustworthiness coming from the others. And this flaw supersedes any conflicting flaw, fed by delusions that are difficult for you to distinguish from reality.
Okay, I think we just need to finish our rest and get moving, because obviously we can't be trusted not to touch things we aren't supposed to.
Antyr, make an intelligence check. You can do history or arcana, either or.
Yep, you got it,
Let's
Antyr.
Grin's just spinning the thing like spinning the rod like a baton.
26.
26. In fallen places of magic in your studies, you learned of something called Arcane Blight. It's a magical disease that kind of permeates. Oh, anyone who's resistant to Torger, never mind. You are immune. Because it's a disease, I believe. Yeah,
Aha!
right. So Torger, never mind. Anything I said to you, you don't have to roll for any of this. So it's just Hopper and Antyr.
Spiders!
So yeah, never mind. You didn't hallucinate at all. Antyr, yeah. In ruins of like fallen magic, cities of magic, there's a thing called Arcane Blight. This magical disease transforms humanoids into Nothics, but only after the victim experiences hallucinations and a bunch of other symptoms, which is what you're exhibiting now. Isolation, paranoia, clammy skin, hair loss, nearsightedness. And delusions. Every 8 hours or so in an area like this, once it sets in, the infected have to make saves, and anytime they make a save while infected, the DC that they make it takes a D6 penalty once they're infected. So whatever you roll minus a D6. If the saving throw drops to 0, or wait, the DC for future saves against the Arcane Blight drops by 1d6. If the saving throw drops to 0, the creature overcomes the Arcane Blight and becomes immune. A creature that fails 3 of these saving throws transforms into a Nothic under the DM's control. Only a Wish spell or Divine Intervention can undo this transformation. A Greater Restoration spell or similar magic ends the target, but doesn't protect the target against further exposure. The other ways to avoid exposure is to not be in an area with it.
Yep.
And gaining this is a fallen magical city, empire, it's probably the entire city.
So Hopper and Antyr have already failed once.
You're infected by Arcane Blight, so any future saves, the DC drops by D6. If you fail to make 3 of them, you turn into a Nothic. If it drops to 0, you're no longer infected. But right now, it was at what it was at.
So we have to keep succeeding until the DC drops to 0.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you fail 3 times, you turn into a Nothic. So Hopper and Antyr have... That was the first. 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
So for those of us who succeeded, do we need to roll a d6 and that gets...
No, because you didn't get infected.
Oh, so it's only after you get
Yeah.
infected that
And that's
affects, yeah.
every certain amount of time this will happen while you're here. So everyone is still making the saves. The only one that's not making it is Torger.
Cool.
Right.
But nobody feels it. Anyone that succeeded doesn't feel that. But
Yeah.
Antyr and Hopper, you feel the symptoms. And Antyr, you kind of know what it is that's going on here.
we need... Grin, don't...
Oh, I forgot to roll for Flitz.
Don't leave our side.
What's going on?
Stay close.
You don't look so good.
Let's.
No.
Hopper's also got fur falling out.
It seems as though Hopper and I have succumbed to a magical disease.
Oh, so you know what this is?
Yes. I've pieced it together. The hallucinations, the sensation, the physical sensations, manifestations,
You've been having hallucinations?
just now happened.
As you're talking to Grin, a like 12-inch long centipede is like crawling out of Grin's tear duct.
And he gets closer and goes,
What you
No.
see? What you see?
No,
Come on, you
Grin.
can tell me.
Back
Oh
off.
my
He's gonna
God.
you're gonna see an aggression in Antyr that he doesn't ever really have, and it's
Yeah.
going to there's gonna be almost like that lunge, and he's gonna just space. Your enthusiasm is great usually, but in these moments, just space.
Oh, well. But if you're like you can't get through it naturally, I mean, I might be able to help.
Takes some pretty high level healing magic to push through this.
Oh,
I don't think your capabilities have reached that far.
oh okay, well, here, let's just give it a shot. Yeah?
Sure. He's gonna look away to not look at Grin.
put a hand on his head like that.
Correct. He
The hand
flinches.
feels like razor blades on your skin.
Oh, and I'm gonna use 5 HP to cure disease.
All right, cool. Antyr, you're no longer infected by arcane blight,
Oh,
but again,
Oh.
that doesn't protect you from further exposure, so there's a chance for it to happen
Yeah.
again.
yeah.
While this was happening, Hopper, I imagine, kept getting flashes of seeing his dead children sprawled out through this room, and he's like, I can't be in here anymore, and walked out through the front door.
All right, you all
And
see
he's,
Hopper
leaning against
start to
the wall
leave
outside.
the church and just kind of steps outside.
I think you should go check on them. Thank you. That helped.
Good. Alright, let's get moving. Hey, Antyr,
Yes.
we did it. I got your back, okay?
Thank you. Ugh. Sorry for snapping.
No, it's alright.
Alright, go help Hopper. Okay.
Yeah, you go outside and you see Hopper leaning up against the wall, just 100,000 yard stare. Also losing hair, like Antyr was. They also appear clammy underneath the rabbit fur, where the patches of fur have fallen out.
I think he's got one hand on a knee, and the other hand is holding the Everthorn, and it's just you can hear the glass blade knocking against the scabbard as he's gripping it so tightly. he's
You
shaking.
hear footsteps from behind coming out of the church, and coming out of the church, Grin, but you see Queen Valestria dragging your wife by the collar of her shirt towards you, sword drawn.
I'm gonna leap onto Grin's chest,
Okay?
feet on
God.
their chest,
So tiny.
shoulder or sword in reverse grip against his neck, and like other hand holding onto his shoulder, like, let her go.
So as everyone else is like coming out of the church, you see
Just
that.
like feral.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and tackle Hopper.
Okay, go for it. Hopper's currently distracted by this, so Torger just full on tackles Hopper off of Grin, and Hopper, you look to the side and you see one of the Umbral Knights tackling you off of Queen Valestria.
Gonna try that grapple.
All right.
Slow him down.
Torger athletics, Hopper athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Yeah, sometimes he gets a wrestle on.
It's an 8. Oh, I should have been rolling that at disadvantage because I'm also exhausted.
All right, you are exhausted.
I'm still exhausted from yesterday.
Ooh,
That's
no.
better. So still the 8 stands.
All right, so Torger tackles you off of. Well, you see an Umbral Knight tackle you off of Queen Valestria.
Yeah.
Everybody else sees Torger tackle Hopper off of Grin, and then Torger
I
grapples.
imagine with an 8, I also drop the sword
Sure.
with how sweaty my palms are.
Yeah.
Crossed up top and on bottom, and I use my fingers to poke right at your pressure points to help you have you drop.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Hopper, you're just being grappled by this Umbral Knight who just made you drop your weapon, and Queen Valestria is standing there with your wife and a sword at your wife's neck.
And I'm going singing
No,
a
go
song.
ahead.
What song? Whatever you sang a song about the road. You guys are making up a song about the road.
Right.
Oh.
So I start singing the song about the road.
Okay.
Oh wait, I wrote part of it down. I
Yeah.
wrote part of it down.
Well, as
You get on the road. You got to get on the road.
as Torger's singing the road a rendition of the road song, Hopper,
Rendition of the road.
that'll break you out of the hallucination. You can see that it was Grin walking up to you, not Queen Valestria, and Torger is grappling you from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hold on.
when you get on the road, you got to go on the road. 'Cause it's on the road. When you go on the road.
I'm really trying to find this song because it's a really good song.
We're about to get to
And-
break. We can just do it at break.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can go.
But yeah, Hopper,
I'm like
you
swirling around.
you snap
trying
out
to
of it,
break
and you can
free,
see
and then
Grin standing there where Valestria was standing, Torger being the Umbral Knight that was trying to grapple you, and Antyr, Doe, Vonkar, and Flitz coming out of the chapel just as this all happens.
Grin, don't you let go of me.
I'm not. Cause we's on the road.
Hopper. Oh. Oh.
Not real, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real.
Give me a paw.
He's gonna reach out and put the sandwich your paw in between his two hands, and do a healing hands.
All right. So you no longer are afflicted by arcane blight, Hopper. You feel all of the delusions and the paranoia lift away.
Yeah.
You can still
Hopper-
you can still get infected from the future rolls,
Yeah.
but as of right now, you're cured.
I apologize, Grin.
No, that's
but
alright.
you are someone else.
Just so you guys know, I can't do this for very long. Like, we need to keep moving. We can't stay here. I only got maybe 4 of those left in me. Yeah, you guys good? Hello?
Oh, Antyr's muted.
Sorry, still coming back to myself. Yes, we should keep going.
Alright. Alright. We better pick up the pace, guys. Do you know where we need to go? Where are we? Let's look at that map. this should be a pretty good spot to look at a map, right? Because there's big thing. There's this building.
It's not
what
on the
you
map.
just said?
It's just the ward's label.
Stinky building isn't on the map.
But as you look to your left, it looks like the gates out of this district are like another like 20-minute walk, just down the path. You can see them.
I think we gotta keep moving, guys. I don't know how much we got left in us for this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think we keep running into tough stuff that's terrible. So let's keep moving.
Okay. As you all begin following the road again. On the road again.
He's on the road. You got to get on the road.
Up the
After
North Road.
about 20 minutes of the cemetery area, you pass under the gates leading into the Cormedius ward, the central ward. It seems the height of the conflict between the gods and their disciples was fought in this region of the city. Buildings are smote across the streets and bodies lie in awkward broken heaps nearly everywhere. The streets are piled with corpses of the recently slain. Many small things scurry off into the darkness that you can hear of like alleyways and whatnot. And those strange creatures from the wasteland are here, wandering around aimlessly, looking for an exit. The ones that were like tall bipedal had this faces stretched across their bellies. There's numerous of them walking around in this region. One of them kind of wanders past. A grim face of an elderly man stretched across its pale gray belly. Kind of turns to face you all, and between the sobs it's letting out, just like the ones above ground did, it mimics the noises. It mimics human speech from its belly, and it just says, "Help me." And as it's beckoning at you all for help, it's like right beside you, 5 feet. A gray tendril kind of shoots out of a nearby alleyway from the darkness, with a hooked, dripping barb on the end, impales the creature through the back while it's looking at you all and begging for help, before it's dragged across a pile of rubble and corpses and out of sight down a dark alleyway, just thump, yanked out of the way, or yanked into darkness. And you can hear the creature attempting to mimic a blood-curdling, high-pitched scream before it's just cut off instantly. And that's where we're going to go to break, as you get to this new ward. And we're back in 10 minutes. Hello, everybody. So, you all pass into this next central ward of Alcamir. You see one of those wandering things from the wasteland that you saw before that you all fed a catfish to, or a piece of a catfish to. This one asked for help before a barbed tendril came out of the darkness and pulled it, yanked it like deep into an alleyway and dragged it away. You can hear it screaming as it's dragged away before the scream is just cut off instantly. And you're standing in this district of just toppled, ruined buildings and very gothic, like steepled architecture, and hundreds, if not thousands, of bodies just strewn about the streets in piles. Some are on fire, some not. And occasionally you hear like a deep rumbling, and you can see a building like moving, like slowly moving along.
Building.
Yeah, like it looks like a 3-story house that's kind of just moving on the street,
Oh.
like the next street over.
Lovely.
Go check it out.
Yeah, you just have to be careful, or you're going to get swallowed again.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
fine.
we just want to get to the center of this place, the center of this Tootsie Pop, right?
Yeah, we're headed toward the center.
Well, we don't have too much time. Like I said, I can't bring everybody out of it if, we each slowly go to sick, disease.
Hopefully we won't be here for that much longer.
Is this a walk and talk? Just
Yeah.
assuming? Okay.
Yeah.
To move along the streets, it is a lot of like digging and pushing stuff out of your way while you move along. For those of you that are ground bound.
So keep an eye out for the fisherman, whatever it was. With the herc tender.
Yeah.
Oh.
Already forgot. As you guys are moving through the city, moving the debris out of the way so the people on the ground can get past things, you do see that one building that was moving. You do see it moving around now. It looks like somebody just cast animate objects on a bunch of houses, and they're just like stomping around and just moving aimlessly, mindlessly through the city.
Would they have legs?
Yeah, like legs that are made of like stone and wood, and arms that they're using to like they're just like walking along. Yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit like Tiny Servant,
Yeah,
but bigger, of
houses.
course.
Yeah.
Wow,
So instead of
building.
it's more like
Yeah. And you kind of move through the city or this district. You can hear in the distance, like echoing down alleyways and through the city, you can hear what sounds like the twang of like a wet rubber band occasionally.
Can I sense which or figure out which direction it's coming
All
from
directions.
with my large ears? Oh.
It's all over the city. Like occasionally you hear
Freaking
like a
echo
wet
chambers.
twang, just yeah. It's real bad.
Gross.
With detect magic, am I getting any more of that unique magic signature?
Yeah, it's still around everybody in the group.
Okay. But there's no source that I can pinpoint
right now.
outside of us?
Nope.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. As you continue walking for about an hour, most of the hour just spent sifting debris out of the way so the people on the ground can get around. After an hour of this labor-intensive work and moving, you discover this obelisk, kind of buried under some rubble, but it's there, kind of on a slant. Tall, black, and slightly worn and ruined. It looks similar to the obelisk from the jungle that Antyr found, where the spirits were coming out of. Similar design, but a little different. It faintly hums with a dim mint green magic, and is etched in magical runes on the outside. And it stands mostly intact, unlike the rest of this city block. Lying at the base of the obelisk is a hand, or is an arm, severed at the elbow. And the cut that severed the limb is an impossibly clean cut. Just right in the crook of the elbow, and the arm is just like on the ground. Like, remnants of like a long billowing robe. The hand looks like it belonged to a humanoid. So not an Alchemirian, it's just a small little arm, like with like a billowing dark sleeve, just kind of laying on the ground.
Did it look like it was trying to touch it? Like, is it close to the obelisk, or is it
Yeah, it's like resting like right up against it almost.
Great. The runes are glowing?
Yeah, like a faint etched runes in the obelisk are like faintly glowing, and there's also like an aura of like mint green energy around the obelisk. Similar energy you've seen the ley lines give off.
Do you guys think the hand is the key?
Maybe it was trying to. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Hopper, your detect magic would have wore off 50 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Can I scoop the hand and then just like flop it against the wall?
Yeah, you flop it against the obelisk and nothing happens.
I'll start casting detect magic again as a ritual.
Okay.
Hey,
Can you just
Should I do it?
Antyr,
Mm-hmm.
did you say?
Actually, I should do this out of character. Did you happen to say what the result of the disease would be? Like, do the rest of
No.
us know what would what?
Probably
Okay,
not to
So-
that extent right now.
okay. So I imagine Antyr is also probably looking around to see if there are any Nothics, right?
Yeah, this is like affecting the city to that degree. They didn't want to scare the others into the possible outcome because there's really nothing. It's like knowing a fate potentially and just worrying and, being so paranoid about that. So would have just told them to just be mindful. But yeah, thinking about it now that we're kind of here and resting, not really resting, but waiting for Hopper, we're out and exposed. Yeah, kind of keeping an eye out for anything that could be potentially creeping around corners.
Okay.
Being
You haven't seen
spooky,
any.
spooky.
You haven't seen any Nothics yet.
Cool. I'm gonna have Regret fly around and just keep an eye out just to make sure as well.
Okay.
Hey, Antyr,
Mm-hmm.
how they doing? Did you say anything?
Nothing yet. I think we're doing okay.
Did we ever talk about why you switched to Crow?
No, I didn't really think it was a topic to discuss.
Seems like a big change. It's not like you changed your familiar very much before that.
I think this was discussed before because it was brought up, and then someone revealed that the Feywild got closed off, so Antyr couldn't summon Antyr anymore.
The outside of the form it takes, it doesn't seem to fit without it being. I don't know. I think if I were to choose the form that Endylus took, I think it would just be like a sad reminder of something that is lost.
So why the Crow?
I don't know. Crow just symbolizes a lot of things, good, bad. I think for this, Crow represents a lot of potential guilt I may feel. For the
So it
happenings.
doesn't have anything to do with these masks.
No, I don't think so.
Alright. It does seem kind of weird that you switched out and now these Crow masks.
Our lives currently, over the last however many weeks we've been together, seems to be a lot of weird coincidences that fall all into place. And maybe it was a subconscious thing, Torger's a person that I trust. That
Are you
wasn't
waving
supposed
with
to
your
be out
hand or
loud.
the hand you picked up?
Torger.
And still just like slapping it against random.
Yeah, no,
Work.
slapping the hand on stuff.
So I think maybe it could have been a subconscious thing where the crow was a choice because of Torger's mask.
Can I tell if Antyr is bullshitting me?
Antyr, make a persuasion or deception check, your choice, but make it private, and so nobody knows what you're rolling.
I'll roll it to you.
And then Grin, make an insight check.
Okay. I don't have great insight. I'm just gonna
I will say this: I rolled a 21.
And then just
Nice.
message me what it was. Like,
Okay.
which skill.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 2. Oh my God, where's Discord? Discord, show up. Where are you?
Oh no, I see now. Okay, cool.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
It showed me on D&D Beyond. Okay. Yeah, Grin, you believe what they're saying.
Cool. Sounds great.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just
A lot
like
of
you.
weird stuff.
Yeah, you just carry around your whip that belonged to your papa. I mean, just reminders of people, things.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. You're good friends.
I think it'd be strange without us. I don't think I would have made it this far had it been anybody else. I think it would have succumbed to a worse fate.
What's
Way
Regret's
back
AC?
when I was... Oh God. My baby! 12.
Your baby that you've had for a week.
So as you're seeing, are you looking through Regret's eyes while you're talking? Oh, okay.
Regret, there would be a link like, hey, just keep...
Yeah, you feel the link go...
Oh. Oh, that's not good. Alright.
And just as the
Everyone-
link goes away, you hear that sound of a wet rubber band somewhere.
Oh, that was not good. And she's gonna kind of get low and get closer to the others. So regret went poof, poof, right when one of those
That's
sounds.
usually what happens when you come to terms with something you've done in the past.
Yeah, no, that's not what this is correlated to. Regret to my bird.
Oh,
That
right.
that sound that we're hearing, that moist whip, almost, if you will, is
Yes.
happened in the same time that they were poofed.
Grin's gonna summon his packed weapon, which is currently a longbow,
Yeah.
and take the bowstring and then just kind of
Yeah, not the same sound at all.
not the same sound.
Not at all.
Take it,
Not similar.
wet it a
Okay,
little
so
bit.
it's not like a. Maybe I'll just like.
It sounds like someone's like slapping a wet elastic band.
Ugh,
Oh. Oh.
wet rubber.
Or like somebody's taking like one of those like long sticky hands that you can like slap on walls and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like that, like a wet slap.
Oh, I was thinking like a wet rubber band, like that you was holding taut.
Like a
that was
twang.
That's what I thought the noise was. But okay.
It's like a mix between that and a wet slap.
Okay.
Okay. Once detect magic goes off, do I sense anything unusual?
Yeah, that weird magic you sense around everybody here in the party, you sense on the obelisk at the party's feet. They're all still kind of standing around.
Is Torger still smacking it with?
No, Torger's
just
smacking other
body
stuff
part?
now with the hand, I think.
Torger's moved on.
But yeah, the hand is the arm was like cleanly cut at the elbow, far better than any like blade could do that people have seen like in experience.
And I'm not sensing like any abjuration or.
No, it's just a school of magic you
Can't
don't
do.
recognize
Okay.
on this obelisk, and it's also around everybody here. Every time you do detect magic, that aura that is kind of everywhere at once, but it also seems to be on this obelisk too.
Are there any buildings nearby?
Yeah, there's a
the obelisk?
bunch of like ruined, collapsed buildings. Some are
Okay,
intact.
so nothing.
The ones that are mainly intact are the ones that are wandering around and moving.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Spider Climb on myself and try to climb to the top of the obelisk.
Okay, as soon as you touch the obelisk, so as soon as you go to like step up onto it, so you put your hand on it for like
Yeah.
to
So
vault
let
up
me,
to like get
let me just knock out Spider Climb as a spell slot. Got it. Cool.
as you touch it to begin like walking up it, you feel like an intense power on the other side of it, like through it, and the thought that if you wanted to, you could open a door with your mind as soon as you touch the obelisk.
Am I able to like pull my hand any like whatever limb away? I'm assuming it was my foot because I was intending to walk
Your
up
foot.
it.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Fucking do it.
Lucky rabbit foot.
Well, it depends.
Lucky-
Do you go through with the thought of you could open a door with your mind if you wanted to?
No.
Okay, then don't worry about it. You take your foot off.
Okay. And I lose that feeling.
An intense
So I was
urge that
fucking
a tense urge that there's like something on the other side of the obelisk, and that while touching it, you could open a door with your mind if you chose to.
So I was fucking around and finding out with this obelisk again.
Yeah?
Mm.
If you touch it, you may or may not feel an intense or sensation of the ability to create a doorway through it.
Egress.
Possibly. It also is surrounded by the same magic that is on us. The same magic from the tunnel that brought us here.
Antyr will lay a hand on it.
You feel the same sensation. Something
I'm gonna get.
intense on the other side, and the thought that you could open a door with your mind while touching it if you wanted
I'm gonna
to.
get next to Antyr.
Okay.
So when you say open and do, is it like I could open a passageway, or
It's
like,
just the sense of a doorway
okay?
to what's other on the other. A doorway to the intense feeling you feel on the other side of this obelisk. This doorway opens up to, it looks like, or is what it's the feeling you get.
You know, doors are a thing today, and Antyr is going to try to push through that feeling.
Okay, as you push through, a orange kind of like portal opens up in the obelisk. It's just a shadowy portal, but your arm goes through, and the portal looks like it's unstable a little bit. Make an Arcana check to see if you can stabilize it. If you fail, you lose your arm at the elbow.
Could I assist Antyr because I'm also proficient in Arcana?
No, not
And I
for
sensed it?
not for this
Okay.
one, because you're not touching the obelisk or the portal.
Oh fuck. I can make it.
Pretty
I'm not gonna,
good.
It is, but is it good enough? I am going to use a lucky point.
Okay.
Could be
I'm
worse.
going to use another one.
Oh,
I could use.
I'll
Okay.
use all your lucky
Okay.
points on this.
Okay, I feel more comfortable with the 24 than a 15 or 13.
A 24.
No, that's still not good.
It's pretty good.
The DC for this one
Really
is
good.
22.
Oh my god.
If you failed, you would have lost your arm at the elbow, much like the other arm at the that Torger's playing
just
with.
to reattach it.
But you stabilize the portal, this shadowy portal in the obelisk, and it starts to form into like a it basically covers a 6-foot like side of this obelisk, just floating there, this orange encircled portal with a shadowy entrance. You can't see what's beyond it. But Antyr
Can we
opens it up.
see any blue, similarly sized portals on around any white walls surrounding us?
No, it's just this one. Oh, I get it. Portal joke.
Oh,
Um,
see, I was like, wait, oh.
No, just a shadowy doorway in the obelisk.
Antyr?
Yeah, so for visual flavor, just for now that we're getting late game-ish, the lucky how it plays out is Antyr, you watch as there's a moment of like they feel an intense, looks like they just felt something really intensely painful, and you can see the sweat start to bead as like these 2 times Antyr, whatever reality Antyr had bypassed, both of those reality Antyr had lost an arm, until they find they settle into this timeline, if you will, and that stabilizes it. But you see Antyr looks in pain, their brows are furrowed, they're sweating, but they're maintaining. What? Yeah.
As Antyr does that, Torger, the arm you're playing with, slowly shifts into resembling Antyr's arm that they would have lost.
Cool.
Reality Hopper's a half orc.
What, Grin? What did you need?
Yeah, how long do we have? How long is this going to stay
I
open?
have no idea. If you're going to move in, I'd suggest to do it now.
Let's go, guys. Come.
You have you have no idea what's on the other side. It's just a shadowy door in this obelisk. There's so much more of the city to pour through if you choose. So it's a city or obelisk, essentially.
Oh, we aren't in the
Trust
center,
that
are
I can
we?
keep this stable.
It's a little late to explore the city now that you've opened it.
Well, plus this city's got disease all over it. So, I mean,
This city's gross.
Yeah, run past and like look at the hand that would be
Yeah.
his, or would be theirs. Toss it to the side.
I thought he was gonna give it to Hildesby. He's just like,
Here you
you
go."
want some num-nums?
Does anyone nom nom?
Go, please. Go. Hurry.
Hopper's taking a sweet time. I'm kidding.
I will close this on you.
Do you need this for anything?
I do not. No, you can leave it. I don't. Oh, what the hell? Just registering that it now looks like there are. But...
Okay, well. Bye.
Boom.
Hopper will go through. Yeah.
Okay.
Antyr will wait for the others, then
Okay.
step through.
Okay. Delete some stuff here.
We just skipped through another half of a dungeon.
No.
Don't put it on our path. If that's the plan.
Maybe we're supposed to read that.
So,
Wait, was there text on it that nobody read?
yeah.
Oh, okay, guys.
So,
You'd be able to read any of the text.
you all
Right.
step into a
This
basement.
is how we die.
You're in a basement. There's this kind of similar looking obelisk in this basement, but has no magical aura on it whatsoever. Hopper, your detect magic is still up. No aura on the one you just stepped out of, and now you're standing in a cluttered basement of what looks like the cluttered basement of kept by a pack rat of a wizard, a hoarder of a wizard. Just junk and trinkets everywhere in this basement, all useless, all scrap. And there's just a set of stairs that go upwards. You can hear what sounds like cauldrons bubbling and stuff upstairs. The architecture is all like arched stone down here. It's well
Okay.
masoned stone.
Oh, it is not my home.
Do we want to
I was thinking suspicion. I feel like I know whose home this might belong to. I don't know.
leave him?
You can hear.
I think it might be
You can hear.
Gables.
You can hear muffled voices upstairs.
Looking at the
One of the muffled voices. I can answer. Yeah, actually, I can answer your question real quick. What's up?
looking at the obelisk behind us, does this have text on it
No.
too? Okay.
It's duplicate design, but this one has no arcane sigils on this one. It is not powered by magic anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear muffled voices upstairs. They're in a language like none of you recognize. And then you can hear someone like opening a door and coming downstairs into the basement.
Hide. Everyone hide.
There's
I'm gonna
shadows
cast
everywhere, so
invisibility.
when Torger steps out of the obelisk, is immediately invisible. Just
Amazing.
Alright, everyone make a stealth check then if you're hiding in the basement. There's tons of junk to hide in. There's like treasure chests you could dive in and hide in. You can hide anywhere basically.
What is
I'm
for stealth if you're invisible?
Advantage.
Advantage.
Nice.
I'm casting invisibility on myself, so it's a flat roll for me.
Vonkar got a natural 1.
I got a 2.
I got a 2 as well.
Oh boy. Okay, well then.
Guys.
Antyr turns and just runs into the obelisk.
Thunk.
Or Antyr and Torger just, or Antyr and the Vonkar just
Doe got a
run into each
21.
or Grin, I'm sorry, run into each other.
Okay. The only two that did good on these stealth checks were Torger and Doe.
I got a 17.
And Hopper. There's 7 people,
I
so
beat a
half the
10
group
at
failed.
least.
So there's like a lot of cluttering noises as people are like moving around. Because it's just junk all over the floor.
Great, that's my toe.
You can see what looks like this gothic, almost looking oil lantern descending the stairs, being held by an Alchemirian, one of these 12-foot tall elves. And they kind of look down and they can see people like hiding in places. They see Grin and they're like, "Oh,
Oh.
Ebelet Budese?"
Oh no. How'd you help? Do you know the language?
Professor Orkir is like, "Oh, Alchemirian language."
Okay, do you know?
Professor Orkir is like, says something to it.
Where's
then-
the bathroom?
The Alchemirian, "Oh, you don't speak the Alchemirian tongue," and it switches to common.
No, apologies for
"What are you doing in my basement?"
Thumb.
points to the obelisk.
This one.
"How? It's not magical. It being built."
We found one that was magical.
"No such thing.
Well, that's how we ended up here.
Not possible."
Well, you can believe me or not.
That's your
Unless,
time shenanigans.
oh, upstairs. And it just walks upstairs.
All right. Yeah. If there's anybody else who's here, we are going to walk upstairs, but maybe stay quiet.
I'm going to sneak and bamf my way shadow to shadow up there.
Perfect.
I'm going to sneak
Now-
and walk my way up there like a normal
So-
person.
As you all slope and find your way upstairs, you see the home isn't lit by much natural light. These elves seem to like the darkness. Their big, like orb-like black eyes are adjusted to the darkness, so everything is pitch black almost, except for this little lantern this guy carries around, and he sets it down. So Torger is just invisible everywhere in this house, essentially.
Nice.
Aside from like the 15-foot radius out from the lantern. And you all follow the Alchemirian upstairs to this kind of table, this like stone table, and it's adorned in like just a mess of food that hasn't been eaten in a few days. He's like, "So you came through Anchor, but anchors aren't built yet. How'd you come through Anchor? This
Just points in Antyr's direction.
You came through one of the anchors. How did you come about this?"
There was one within Alchemir.
"Not yet. No, you are in Alclemir."
The one in your basement.
"Yes, we are going to be putting it into the Carmidius Wars when it's finished."
Right, that's the one we came through. I think it had some time
Oh, yes, of course.
things.
In the common tongue, they would be called time anchors. We're using it to kind of keep little vestiges of this time to protect people from the coming war.
Well, we came upon this anchor and it was alluring to us.
Yes.
The magic surrounding it was surrounding us.
And what was on the other side? Where you were?
Not, I think, to be honest, I think we were within the war. So whatever the war is in the apex, or maybe the after effects.
Hopper, do we still have the magic on us?
Hopper, you do not.
Hopper's invisible. Also, I can't tell because invisibility is also a concentration spell.
Oh.
Nice.
So I would not be able to tell and stay invisible.
They say the war hasn't happened yet. It's happening, but we believe it'll reach our city in 3 days.
Right. So what we were experiencing, I think, would be like days into the war.
Oh.
So we had like a small.
The anchors are They were designed to be one-way trips.
Well, we get to live through your. Okay. Well, just to let you know, we're here to help, as much as possible, as much as we can.
With what? The war?
Potentially stopping someone would be nice.
No, good. That's the planetary.
Interplanetary, yes.
Okay.
Do you have a place within this area where a tree would be sprouted and grown?
Well, there's the Eldir nursery in the heart of the Comedius ward. That's where we keep the elder trees growing and alive.
Where's the map? Where's the map? Antyr, who had the map?
I did, but we know. I know where it's at. It's here, and Antyr will pull out the map.
The map isn't there.
Gonna pull out a piece of paper and it's blank. Map it. I know where we are. I can remember. We came from the. I think it was referred to as the Umbre ward.
Oh yes, that's where the cemetery and the places of worship are.
Right. So 2 things. We need to locate the nursery, but we also. Do you happen to know of an individual by the name of Craven? Craven? Caven.
No.
Okay. Well, that helps. So, we think we can help. To a bit, it looked pretty rough. I'm just going to warn you, it looked pretty rough.
Well, the war is going on, but yeah, we've estimated it will reach our borders in 3 days. The Everlasting Arborer has been sick recently, so we're looking into growing alternative trees. None are panning out though, unfortunately.
Oh.
Well, if you show us where the nursery is, we may be able to help.
Persuasion check.
Uh-oh, y'all.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Dang it, I'm the one that's good at this.
You're not talking.
I was your turn.
You're talking to Hot for the invisible person.
Unfortunately,
It's a one.
the nursery is only accessible by trusted allies of the city, and the caretakers of the trees.
How do we become trusted allies of the city?
Have a relationship with our elders.
Where are they at?
Not here right now. And usually we form trusted relationships over many years, as we are ageless.
What if we said, just hypothetically, what if we said we had in our possession a sproutling of one of your trees, or of a tree, not one of yours. One of
I would ask you to show me it so I could verify.
Would that allow us passage
Of course.
to this nursery? Do I feel like they're lying to me?
I don't know, make an insight check.
My good rolls have come
Yeah,
to a
we still
fucking
don't
end.
know if these guys are good or not.
Bad, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
they
rolled
see-
an 11.
You learned that these are the guys that grew the Everlasting Arbor originally.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily mean they're good.
seems like they're being honest.
Okay, who has it? Which one? Where is it? Which bag is it in? Grin, do you have it?
Yes.
Alright. Grin kind of reach into your bag.
Oh, yeah. Hope it up, Daddy.
Okay. You pull out the Tree of Hope, and it's weird. It's acting weird. It's like two of the same thing exist in the same time right now.
Oh. Okay, put this back. Anter's gonna
Put
try to
it
put it
back.
back into the bag.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
begins to
let's
like
put it back.
distort reality around it a little bit.
No.
Antyr, you briefly see, as you're the one holding it, pulling it out, you briefly see reality around you change for a brief second, and then as it's put away, it kind of, like it's already starting to rewrite what it needs to fix things.
Uh-oh. Alright. Well, Mr. or Mrs. or person. We didn't get your name. I'm Antyr,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh,
I'm Grin.
Grin. Yeah.
Antyr,
Yes.
are we in the wrong time to plant this?
I don't know.
I'm Dalen.
Wait. Huh?
Dalen.
Wait. No, that isn't okay. Person? Sounds familiar. Okay, Dalen. We just want to help. We want to know what's happening. We want to try to figure out a way to help. We have an idea of why the Everlasting Arbor is sick. We think it's been
It's
infected by
okay.
someone.
Okay. So, you want to see the nursery? Is that... You have the sapling, I assume that's... Where you want to go?
Yes.
Okay, follow me then. And they lift their lantern up off the table, and they walk to the front door of their house, and they kind of just open it, and they step out into the streets.
Okay, we're going to follow, but just keep a close eye on our surroundings.
Okay.
Right, it's gonna begin following Dalen.
Okay, you all begin to follow Dalen out of his house and into the streets of Elcomir. You see Elcomir thriving. Elcomirians are wandering around, living their lives happily. Other mortals are here too, wandering around. And the city right now is currently like moving through the clouds, like it's actually flying, not just hovering. It's actively like flying around, slowly. And you're led down these streets, and as you're led down this revitalized, not ruined, frozen town, that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Ah!
Easy.
Yeah.
Boy. Dang
Golly.
Yeah, I feel like I chose the wrong subclass because I don't do enough.
Oof.
Yeah, because one of the subclass things is like advantage on, or not advantage, like you get bonuses to persuasion checks and stuff, and I just am not doing that enough. So probably should have picked something else. But we're still having fun. It's good.
We will pick up there as you all enter a new era.
Yeah.
Good night,
holy
everybody.
Crap, this is cool.
Good night.
Oh, with the knowledge that it's a one-way trip, by the way, is what that
Yeah.
guy said. Bye!
You.
Oh boy.